Hello, y'all. Hello, y'all. Who's here? Hello, Michelle. Good evening, Orange Barnacle and Arg. More, right? Something along those lines. Orange Barnacle, what are you studying? What have you been studying? Are you studying with me, or are you studying something else? I don't think many people are studying the same thing as I am. Thankfully, I've got friends doing the same studying as I am. But we'll see how it's going. We'll see in a little bit. Alright, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Hey chat, how you doing? Lucien, I almost didn't say... I mean, I read your chat, so I did see it, but I just didn't say hello to you. Hello, Lucien, or how would you pronounce that? How's revision going? We'll see in a few moments. It is very intense. I also actually have other things to do. I have my university marking to do, but I have to balance the two sides. I just got reminded that I still have these two books that I've never touched. So this one is a study guide, which is basically... So I've been reading this one, right? I've read through the whole thing. This one is basically that, but abridged. It's got all the points you actually need to know, and charts and things. It's got timelines, whereas that one is more like paragraphs. You're reading like a historical textbook. So this one is actually really helpful. I think I might flip through it in a few days' time. I mean, all I've got is a few days' time, but before I do the test, I might flip through this one. This one is the question book, which I think is going to be quite similar to the stuff that I have already been doing online. So I sort of gave up doing this one in favor of doing it online, because that way I can auto-translate to Welsh and get a feel for how it's like in Welsh. But if I have extra time, I might just go through this one as well. I mean, at this point, I can do most questions in less than 1 second. It's how it works. You just know the answer right away. No, not much thinking involved. I've also made some montage clips from my announcement video from last summer when I said I'm going to do this in Welsh. I could have made these reels earlier, these short videos. I just kept procrastinating until my actual test is actually coming up. So it's it's now or never. It's now or never, right? So I made 3 short clips. So feel free to go and support those clips. I also use those clips to promote my upcoming IRL stream. And if you missed the last stream, here's the important announcement. Remember, next Friday. I can actually say next Friday now because it's less than 1 week left. Next Friday afternoon, I will do an IRL stream. If, knock on wood, if everything goes to plan, if everything works out, the tech, the traveling, everything, the mobile networks, I hope. But yeah, so if you are not caught up with work or anything, I know it's a weekday in the afternoon, but if you have the time, please do join me and my friend, and we're going to talk about whatever, and we're going to explore Cardiff. I mean, maybe not much, but as much as we can before, while I'm still being nervous about the test. And we'll what else? Yeah, we as I said, my friend booked. No, not booked. We haven't booked yet. We might have to do that, but they plan to take me to a Welsh restaurant because it felt on topic, on theme, right? So we're gonna do that. So hello, Chaos Horsey. Not Horsey. I read Horsey. I mean, my brain's very Pokemon centered. Statistics, unfortunately. If only it were language study. Yeah, I'm glad. Glad it's not citizenship. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of enjoying this now. It was a drag for most of the studying, but at this point, I know so many random fun facts. I can kind of pull things out. I've been so like history brained lately just because of how much I've been remembering these facts. So I could talk to someone and then they would say something that triggers a weird fact in my brain. I'll be like, hey, by the way, that happened in 1833 or whatever. It's kind of crazy. It's how much it is in my head now. Just checking my audio is normal. Since I switched the system, I've had a audio effects thing in the system, and now it's sort of like overlapping with the audio effects in my streaming software. So it's sometimes it's like overly amplified, which is not good, but we'll see how it is. It's pretty smart doing it that way. Which way? Oh, you mean I'll show you some of the flowcharts and things. I mean, this map. This one is the exact same map as in the main book. And then, yeah, so like timeline of different architectural styles. It's got pictures. Oh, look at this. Little charts, whatever that means. British inventions. Oh, that's not good. It doesn't include who invented those things. So wait, what? They should have included the inventors because that's on the test. Whatever. You've got this. Yeah. It should be fine. Should be fun unless something unexpected happens. But what else? So I'll give you a quick update on how my study has gone so far. I've been doing some of the questions on here. So topics. I hoped I would have done all these by the time I do this stream, but no, I've yet to complete these. So I've got like 25 more questions of history, 82 more questions about modern like British culture, and then what, 2 more? I can do that right now. 2 more questions. I can do that as we speak. What can you buy or sell legally in the UK? Paracetamol. The National Citizen Service gives opportunities to young people to enjoy open air activities and develop skills. Yes, done. Okay, so that's done. So I've got these to finish, and then today on the stream, my hope is to go through actual mock tests. So there are 45 of these. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'm going to do some of them. It's 24 each, like the real test. And what else? So I've also been doing tests on a different site. Actually, I found 2 more sites that give you mock tests, and some of the questions are different. They may or may not be outdated. Some of them are outdated. Like the one we just saw, the National Citizen Service was actually cancelled, or like it ended in 2024. So that question's outdated now. Unless they make it past tense, and it's not out of date anymore. So, but yeah, I found 2 more websites. Each of them has 40 tests, and the weird thing is, I think they are the same tests. I think they are the exact same 40 tests. So I don't know where they got them from. Maybe they got them from this book. Let's see how many are in this. This book has 17 tests. So yeah, no, that's not 40 tests. And the website, the main one that I'm using, the one that I actually paid for, using your money, thank chat for paying for this website, has 45. So I hope it's going to be different. I'm not sure. Why would they do that? Why would they do what? Oh, what did I mean? What did I miss? The Brits invented them. That's all that matters. No, it is not all that matters, because you need to know who invented the things. So Robert Watson Watts invented the radar. Frank Whittle invented the jet engine. Rutherford split the atom. Who cloned? Oh shit! Keith Campbell and Ian Wilmot cloned Dolly. Lots of people from London and Cambridge mapped the DNA or something. Yeah, I think those are the main ones. Yeah. Not bad. I can rattle them off the top of my head, of my brain, so that's not too bad. Do you know those things? You should know those things. It's common sense, right? So one and Czech people invented remoska. What's that? What's that remoska? What is remoska? It is a small portable oven, electric oven, with a cooking element housed in the lid of a pot. Cool. Yes. If I ever do the Czech citizenship test, I will need to know that. Maybe. Maybe they will ask you, oh, how many watts do you need for the standard remoska? And it's 470 watts. Speaking of which, it is 870 miles from Land's End to John O'Groats. That's important. That's something I need to know. You're going to be boss at pub quizzes from now on. But then at the same time, every immigrant who has done this test knows those things, at least temporarily. Probably they will have forgotten them in like half a year, but everyone, imagine all of the immigrants around you, all of them who have settled / got citizenship, they know these things. They can beat your ass at pub quizzes. At least in theory. It's literally designed for cooking or baking anything. It's like how we use the rice cooker for everything. I've done a few things with the rice cooker. I'm not very good at it. My mom makes chicken wings with the microwave oven. I need to learn her recipe. Kind of mad remoskas aren't available. They're amazing. Well, maybe I'll experience them at some point. I was going to go to Czechia this Christmas, before Christmas, but that sort of the plans changed, and then that didn't happen, sadly. But either way, I would not have experienced a remoska probably when I'm in like a hotel room or something. Chris Cockerell. Who is Chris Cockerell? Is that what? Is that someone I need to know? Sounds super useful. It does sound very useful. I still have no idea what that is. Or not. I have an idea what that is, but I'm not sure how it works, I suppose. My mum had to get an extra suitcase to bring one home. It's like how I know lots of people who, like international students, who bring their own like portable, what would you call that? I guess like a cooker. Yeah, a travel cooker. You just one cooker, and it comes with a pot on top. You can use it to cook whatever you want, so that you don't have to share a kitchen with other international students or other students in general. And I know people who do that. International students do amazing things. Did you guys know that lots of Chinese students famously buy bottled water in bulk? It's a thing that happened. Because when my partner was in a student dorm, there was, I think, at the start of every term, every semester, basically, the reception is overwhelmed with huge deliveries of bottled water, like boxes and boxes of that stuff, and they had to issue a notice saying, please stop ordering these things. We don't have enough space for them. And it's because they just don't want to drink tap water or to have anything to do with tap water, I suppose. Priorities. Cockerell invented the hovercraft. I've seen the hovercraft in an answer, which when it was not the answer. Oh, right. The question was which of these was a British invention, and one of the answers was the hovercraft tank, and that was not a British invention, I think. The other options, like car or something, but yeah, I kind of know which ones are British inventions now. Famous British engineer, very cool. The only time I'll do that is with Czech mineral water because it's healthy and sometimes recommended. Yeah, it's I guess like it's your preference, but do you want like healthier water, or do you want like, do you just not trust anything that comes out of the tap? I mean, where I'm from, we don't trust the tap, definitely, but in Europe in general, well, like Northern England, we're doing quite well. We're doing quite okay. Outside of Southern England, basically. Really hard to get in the UK. It's more expensive. Yeah. Everything is expensive here anyway. Speaking of expensive, I have a new thing to tell you guys about. It is probably going to be a bit awkward to say, but you know, it has to be done. So for the past few months, I've been putting like a donation goal here for like my language course, but now I have something more important because I mean, I'm applying for settlement in a few months. More importantly, there is an important goal for that. There's an important reason for that. It's because as I said in my video from like the New Year's Day, I still want to go to the Polyglot Gathering in Brno this May, end of May, and I'm going to apply for settlement in March, like late March. I just did the maths. I don't think I'm going to be able to go there. I don't think I'm going to get my settlement in time to leave the country, because as I mentioned, I'm not allowed to leave the country while I'm waiting for the decision. So how long is that going to take? It can take anywhere between like 2 weeks or 6 months. And I went through some Reddit threads and people did like survey. There's like statistics, and I think the median time it takes is indeed 3 months, like 92 days. So going by that, I think there's a good chance I will not be able to get my settlement by the time I should go to the Polyglot Gathering in Brno. So I'm really hoping that I can sort of put together some funds to apply for priority service so that I can get it like the next day. I can go to the event, talk to people, make content, give talks. I have already proposed a talk and got accepted, even though I'm not sure if I can go, and there's a good chance I can't go. So yeah, if you can chip in, if anyone can chip in, that would be really helpful. If for whatever reason too many people chip in, that will also go towards my actual settlement, which costs £3,029. So my first goal is to because I'm already planning to use my own money for the settlement, obviously, but my goal here is hopefully I can get some donations and pay for the priority service, which cost £500,000. And if people are very enthusiastic and want to support me to get my actual settlement and pay for that £3,029, I will also be very grateful. So yeah, that is the thing I want to announce, and the goal is going on. I don't know if that's going to work. If that doesn't work, that's fine. I'll probably just not go. It's not the end of the world. I just wanted to say that. So bottled water is like a scam. Depends on where you are. Like in many parts of the world, it is very important to have bottled water. Water. Oh, why do I sound kind of Welsh when I say water? Water. But yeah, I mean, in Scotland, for example, that's an absolute scam because you're basically drinking tap water. I drink straight from the tap into my mouth. I've done that as well. Tap water down here in the South Coast is totally fine. Where are you based, if you don't mind me asking, Orange Barnacle? Powiedz coś po walisku. Co chcesz, żeby powiedział? Mam mnóstwo rzeczy do powiedzenia, ale nie wiem, o co chodzi. Bo będą rzeczy po walisku, bo będą moje sprawdziany po walisku. 6 months, that's crazy. 3 months seems okay, but that's crazy. Yeah, I've seen Redditors saying that they needed like 5 months. They end up taking 5 months to get the settlement, and like that's fine. The annoying thing is that you can't leave the country during that time, and you don't know how long that is, so it is impossible to plan ahead unless you pay them £500,000. Absolute scam, like for real. That is a scam. I mean, I can go to Ireland. That's the exception. During that period, I can go to Ireland because in the common travel area, but that's it. Crikey. Healthcare surcharge. Healthcare surcharge is crazy. That's a very good question. I actually don't remember. If I remember correctly, take that with a grain of salt, but I'm pretty sure once I'm settled, I don't have to pay the healthcare surcharge anymore. But I was a hidden hint. Well, up till now, I've had to pay £600 a month. A year for the healthcare on top of whatever taxes I pay. When I applied for Czech citizenship, it took about a month, and for people who have to pay for language tests. Yeah, I paid for this test. I already paid that. So I could do it like a short video, just doing the maths and seeing like how much I've paid so far. Like Evan Edinger did that. He did a very long video, just everything is paid. My path has been much simpler, but it is also not cheap. I got my visa, got the healthcare surcharge, £600 a year, and then like test, and then the settlement's going to be £3,000, and then citizenship is going to be like, I don't know, 2,000 on top of that, probably. Found your way here from my music channel? That's crazy. People found me through my music channel? That's the first time I've heard something like that. Oh well. Camden was a postdoc. That was a while ago. Wow. Oh, haven't spoken to Camden in a while. He just emailed me. Oh yeah, that's amazing. I mean, this is not directly relevant to this channel, but amazing thing. News, because some of you have been following that as well. So you know how I am a PhD candidate. I have been studying that since 2021. It's been a long time. I got a huge hiccup trying to actually do my viva, my final thesis examination. There was some administrative problem, so it's been months since I submitted, and I still haven't got an examination. Finally, as of yesterday evening, I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna be in March. So yeah, I'm actually taking. I'm taking the Citizenship Test in a week. I'm taking my viva examination in March. In theory, again, knock on wood. In theory, after I pass that, even if I get corrections, I can call myself a doctor. I think. So yeah, that's the exciting update. So everything is sort of working out-ish now. Are you allowed to tell us what your proposed talk is about? It's about I'm doing the thing where I read old chats that is not currently on the screen, but you know, I'll read it out because I think there is interesting stuff I want to talk about. Wait, what?
Do you know Scots language?
Wait, did it read it out? I didn't hear anything. Oh well. But do I know Scots? What do you mean? I thank you for the donation. I know of Scots. I don't speak any of it. I do follow Len Penny. I'm a big fan. So if you guys don't know, Len is a big. She's a Scots poet. I have her. What's the word? The book of poems. What's the word for a book of poems? It's not a pamphlet because it's like a big book. But anyway, I've read through it. I actually got permission to use her poem in a piece of music, but the project didn't work out because it didn't get funded. Anyway, so she does like a Scots word of a day of the day thing. So I've been watching. I don't remember any of it, but I like it. So there we are. I don't speak any Scots, so I can't even do a Scottish accent to start with. Sorry, I have to go back because there's some stuff I do want to talk about. Am I allowed to tell you what the proposed talk is about? Yes, because it has already been published on the Polyglot Gatherings website. I can show you right now. So it is. 1 second. I need to. Is that the right? Yeah, that's the right window. So if you go to Polyglot Gathering. Search my name. Yeah, there it is. So it's going to be about how the Chinese language is developed. Mainly because on my podcast, the Cantonese podcast, we have lately talked about old Chinese a lot. And also there has been, as I said, there has been a fad relating to like Chinese history lately. So I want to talk about how the Chinese language is developed and why we have tones. That's basically it. It's very wacky. Especially if you look at our like little sketches speaking old Chinese. New Forest, don't know where that is. Very solid Polish. Sydachi Jaun Dioch, that's one heck of a scam. Hey Jonge. Oh, we've got some Dutchies in here now. It was expensive, but I didn't realize how expensive. Ben je nu in Engeland? Ja, dat ben ik. I actually don't speak Dutch. I keep making that very clear. I do not claim to speak Dutch. I would. It is pretty funny. In that video, I speak some Dutch and then I say I don't speak Dutch. But I have a certain criterion for myself if I want to say that I speak a certain language, and I definitely would not say that I speak Dutch. What specific type of settlement scheme are you on? I'm on a British National Overseas Visa, which is for Hong Kongers. It is an easy kind of visa, even though I'm behind the idea that we should have got citizenship right away because we were born in the British Empire. But you know, that's a long history. Waar ben je nu? Engeland. Will you become a voice actor? Why? Wait, whoa. What? Why? Hold on. Mission Silo. Why? What gave you the idea? I want to hear. Good luck, mate. Thank you. Thanks to everyone for the good lucks. You read it out. Okay. Yeah, because I don't have my headphones right now, and I don't have my speakers on. You're learning Welsh, George Adriana. How's it going? Are you the only one with a mismatch between the video and audio? I have no idea. But, you know, if Sun Galaxy, if you do come to my IRL stream, again, next Friday, guys, come to the stream next Friday. There will probably be technical hiccups. So, I'm ready for that. There are gonna be problems, but hopefully not too much. Hopefully it's still watchable. I have a very slight mismatch, but my internet sucks. Don't know. I have no idea. I did just reboot my computer, so it in theory should be okay. 100 milliseconds delay. The audio is ever so slightly early. I do have a feeling that since I changed my operating system, that the graphics power is not as smooth as it used to be, and I have no idea why. It should not be an issue, but like when I'm loading my video projects, it takes ever so slightly longer. I don't know. It's gonna be a pain to switch my system again. So I don't know. I might just stick to this for now. But if it's bad, I might have to do something about it, because in my previous system there was a much bigger problem, which I'm not going to go into too much details now, but basically when I installed a certain app, it also broke some packages in my system, and then ever since the certain apps have not been able to display Chinese characters properly, which includes Discord and also this streaming program. So that was a big problem. Like if someone typed Chinese in my chat, some characters will not be displayed. Everything seems okay on your end. Maybe there's a way to delay the audio. I'm sure there is. I can do that right now. But like, is it an issue for most of you? Let me see. Advanced audio properties. Yeah, okay. I can do that easily. So, you having is the video delayed for you? No, I'll make it a poll. Poll. Yes, no. That would be a big problem. Yeah, it has happened. Especially when my mates come on the stream and then they put some Chinese in the chat, and then you can't see it. It's fine. I didn't notice until people said it. Yeah, that's me. You know what? Okay, let's give it a go. I can put like. I don't know if it works this way. I have no way of testing that. But here we go. I put 50 milliseconds on the audio. Hopefully that works. Yeah, we'll see. Around, oh my god, slightly less than half of you say that the video is delayed. Huh. Okay. Whatever. I think the reason I said this is going to be the last stream before the test is because I'm worried that this is going to get boring for you at some point, because it's going to be very repetitive, and that's kind of how I've been studying as well. But yeah, today I'm going to do the tests, and you can do them with me. I can't decide if I still want to do them in Welsh, because I mean I've done lots of questions auto-translated into Welsh anyway, so I kind of get a feel for how it's like. I kind of know the vocabulary. The question is whether I should still continue practice reading in Welsh for the test. I don't know. It's for the non-Welsh speakers in the audience, like from 1 to 10, how annoying is it when my questions are auto-translated into Welsh on screen? Because I'm going to translate them back into English anyway when I read them out. Well, for the Welsh speakers, I know they are annoying because like some of them are really weirdly translated. I don't know what the hell happened. Like I think I was just doing some questions earlier today, and then I got one that translated to Mary the First was a Protestant Catholic and was persecuted. That doesn't make sense at all. What is a Protestant Catholic? What? We're here to help you figure that out. You're failing most of the questions. We're going to do more of that. Okay. So let me know how it's like now for you guys. The audio should be okay in theory. So I'm going to still do a very cringe thing of selling out and put the tip link, because this is sort of a crowdfunding thing now. I'm going to put that in a pinned comment. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, I'm going to put that in a... If any, again, no pressure, just if anyone wants to... I've ended that. Have I not ended that? That's... Why is the poll not ending? There we go. Okay. You have been asked a lot, mate, but are you a native speaker? I have not been asked a lot. In fact, I have not been asked a lot. I don't know. It's only quite recently that I've started reading comments about this, and also there was a comment on my latest video saying like I sound like I'm born to speak Welsh, and that's also weird. I don't sound the way that I'd like to, because I have a voice in my head that sounds slightly different from how I actually speak, and that's the way that I would like to be speaking. Like I'm trying to in Polish you'd say oduczyć, but I'm trying to unlearn like. I want to say like. There's a slight difference there. Provided you read them out in English, doesn't bother me at all. It's actually quite interesting when you comment on. Oh yeah, that's good. Try it. I'll give you a super chat. Oh, that's really that's an. I don't know why he wants to take control of your YouTube. Yeah, I noticed that as well. It just asked, because when I click it, I'm already logged in, so it's not a problem. But yeah, it is. That is the, in terms of like fees, that is the best platform for me to do this, because like YouTube, for example, YouTube takes 30%. After Apple takes 30% if you're on an iPhone. So that's kind of, I mean, I always appreciate that, obviously, but it is in terms of how much of your money comes to me, that is the worst option, if you know what I mean. You could also, I mean, that's why I keep using this Stream Elements link, because it's the best rate. And also I have a Patreon if you want to, if you like to do that regularly. I had originally assumed that you were bilingual. No, we don't have many bilinguals. Usually the bilingual people would be either like mixed race, or they went to international school. We do have a lot of people who went to international schools, as in local people in Hong Kong, but most of them would be they would be more English speakers than Cantonese speakers, because it's because of the environment that they grew up in. Your English accent must be improving. You're getting more comments on it. But then more people are asking. I mean, if people just assume you're native, they would not. Oh, has it?
Good luck for your exams, bro.
Thank you for the good luck and for the support. I always appreciate it. Like any bit helps. Thanks so much. Is English considered a business language? Yeah, English is considered like the prestige language, at least conventionally. And then afterwards, now Mandarin is like the co-prestige language, because especially with business with China, you've basically. I haven't worked in business in Hong Kong. I haven't worked in Hong Kong at all. I mean, I've been an intern, but basically any sort of business kind of industry, you're going Mandarin first. Yeah. Either Mandarin or English. Mandarin's a new one. English was conventionally the business language because of all the white people doing business with locals. They'd send someone over and be the boss over all the local people. So it's mainly going to be in English. And also, like, even if you just work in a normal company with other local people, emails are in English. It's very weird to not write emails in English, even for me. Like, not even for me. For anyone. Like, we rarely ever write emails in another language. Yeah, so I suppose it is the business language. I don't like the sound of my own voice. Yeah. Welsh as a language suits you. Does it? I can't tell. Like, what? Too late for the super chat. It's a key Welsh date. Oh shit. 14. What is in 1404? What is in 1404? That's not on the test, but I should know it. Because Owain Glyndŵr was in the 1400s, but what exactly was on 1404? Oh, so 14 was. Hold on, pretend what? What? Oh, hey. Oh, it was exactly. So that's when Owain Glyndŵr was proclaimed Prince of Wales. At least I guessed that one. I knew what century he was in. He was also incidentally, because I mentioned last time. I mentioned there was a poll of the most beloved Britons, where, if you remember correctly, Churchill was voted number one. I think, according to that poll, Elizabeth II was 24th most popular Britons, and Owain Glyndŵr was 23rd, just above Elizabeth. So interesting. What made you go to Lithuania? See that video. That's that's explained very comprehensively. Glyndŵr Rebellion. The year of 14 April. I think it is 1404. The year 1404 was the Owain Glyndŵr rebellion and became Prince of Wales. Yeah. So let's hop into this. Let's see. So mock tests. We have a bunch of these, and hopefully we go through some of them successfully. This is the real thing. I mean, not the real thing as in my actual test, but you know, a mock of the real thing, as opposed to just practice questions for each topic, because there is in each test there is also a mix of the different topics. If you remember, there is like what is the UK, the values of the UK. Those are like small topics. History, that's a hefty one, and then like British culture, that's also another hefty one, and then like government things that in theory you should already know, but they go like in weird details, and they ask like very specific questions that you might not know. So that's also, so like each test is going to be a mix of those questions. One of the things that I learned very early on was what is the maximum amount you can claim on through the small claims procedure in the legal system. Because like, who thinks about that kind of stuff? But it turns out in England and Wales that's 10,000, so that's 10 grand. In Scotland it's 5 grand. In Northern Ireland it used to be 3 grand and it became 5 grand. Yeah. So if you want to sue someone for like a small amount of money, less than 10 grand, you can go through small claims procedure. British culture. Why? British Christian culture or something like that. Okay. What is Lent? The 40 days before Easter. Not Christmas, not before Easter. Which country's flag is not on the Union Jack? Cymru. What is the... Let's hear your... No.
Let's hear your best Churchill impression.
That is not happening. That is not happening. Because I haven't heard that much from him. Like I've seen him a lot, but I haven't heard a lot of how he spoke. Like I'm sure there's clips out there, but it's not like something that has been like prominent in my upbringing. But also, when I went to the play Nye, they had Churchill was a big character in Nye because that was, you know, an alien Bevan and the establishment of the NHS. That was like pretty much wartime. He was a big character, so I heard a lot of how that guy played Churchill, which was kind of cool. Because the same actor also plays the... How do I explain? In that play, it's basically an alien Bevan on his deathbed, going through flashbacks of his life. And then the actors that play the people around him, around his deathbed, show up in his flashbacks. So his doctor is also Winston Churchill. So the same guy plays the two characters extremely differently. It was very impressive. Do they still ask stupid questions about how Ian Botham and the Ashes? Yes, absolutely. So the Ashes is the famous is it cricket game between England and Australia, right? And then Botham would be also a cricket like coach or something. I've come to develop some mnemonics to help me remember things. Like when I see Ian Botham, my way of remembering that is I would pronounce it bottom and then hence cricket. Because, you know, that pronunciation, like accent, South Asia, hence cricket. That's how I make the connection. We will fight them on the beaches. I haven't heard him say that. I read him say that. I haven't heard him say that. Bev, the one with Michael Sheen. Yes, the one with Michael Sheen. Have you seen it? Yeah, Nye. So, I suppose because it's a Welsh name. It's in my accent of Welsh that would be Anadin, but I suppose where he's from, which is Tredegar, right? That would have been pronounced Anadin, and that's why his nickname was Nye. I assume. I've been to Tredegar, by the way, very briefly. Ollie, I had my first ever Welsh class on Thursday. Remember most of the Dai Kuru. Oh, you haven't done the mutations yet. Good luck when you get there. Okay, what is the responsibility of the judiciary? Decide if a person is guilty, take care of the jury, put people in jail, interpret the law. When was the Habeas Corpus Act passed? That was in 1679. Just 10 years before the Bill of Rights, and 9 years before the Glorious Revolution. Which one? Okay, you know what, Esme? If any Churchill quotes come up in the tests, I will look it up and I will try to do the impression. That's my way of thanking you. I'll try, but I have to look it up because there are several questions that are based on Churchill quotes. There was one that asked, which of the following is a Churchill quote? And the answer is all of the above. And then I think that's the main one. Because there's also one that asks which ones are Shakespeare quotes. And then they trick you because there's like one that is like the world is an oyster as opposed to the world is a stage. And then there was one that's like a rose is beautiful as opposed to a rose by any other name. So that's fun. There's a memorial stone for Nadine Bevan in Ebble Vale. I've walked past there and while heading up to the Brecons. Very cool, very cool. I haven't been... Is Tredegar in Ebble Vale? I have no idea about South Walian geography. Famous cricketer from the 80s. They expect freshly pressed Brits to know about that. We'll see what those have to know about. I've shown you the habeas corpus. I feel like at this point I'm low-key flexing because I know so many specific things that you guys probably don't know. Which ones of the events is the Germans bombing Britain? That's easy, the Blitz. Why is it called the Glorious Revolution? And I think someone in chat said you're not taught the Glorious Revolution at all, right? That's wild. So why is it glorious? Because they gave the women the right to vote, because of new technological developments, because there was no fighting, because of new achievements. So because there was no fighting, that's when William of Orange came and took over without fighting. The last king who died in battle was Richard III, and the last king to win his throne in battle was Henry VII. Which of the following places are in Greenwich, the SECs? No, that's Scottish one. O2, sorry. That's funny. They have Tenerife and Copenhagen in here. I'm like, imagine if Copenhagen was in Greenwich. When did the that's actually in my next reel as a short video. I've already edited the montages, and the next one starts with this question. Actually, no, the one that is in my video is more difficult because it's the same question, but now, okay, so when did the UK leave the EU? Everyone know this. It's not in the last century. So the more difficult version of this question is the 30th of January 2020, 31st of January 2020, 30th of January 2021, 31st of January 2021. So do you guys know? Let me ask you guys that question before I post that reel. Let's see if you guys know it. When did the UK leave the EU? So, I'll give you all 4 options. Let's see if you guys know that one. There's so many historical events that we were never taught. By the way, I was doing some questions today, and then it turns out I also have to know some French history. Because after the French Revolution, there's like Napoleon, and there was like Napoleonic Wars. So I need to know when the French Revolution was. I mean, I should know, to be fair. But I don't think I should be required to know that for a British citizenship test. The stones are in Tredegar? Oh, very cool. It's mostly British history. I know because I did a practice test the other day. Ah, okay. When was the first prime minister in power? Sir Robert Walpole, I suppose, not Tadpole. I got this wrong. I remembered that. So the last time I did this question, I remembered that one of the years was 1742. But I didn't remember if that's when he ended or when he started. So now I know it's when he ended. Okay, diolch am ddod. Diolch am y rhodd. Hywel. Byddai'n gwneud fy nghorau yn y prawf. Diolch. I don't remember precisely, but that was not a good time. It was not a good time. I think it is especially confusing because of the transitional period, right? So the transition period started on the 31st of January 2020 and ended 1 year later. So most of you are right. Very good. Da iawn. Which country's national flower is the thistle? By the way, I know all these flowers in Welsh now. The thistle is ysgallen, shamrock is mellionen. Obviously, you got the cennin Pedyr, which is the daffodil. And it's very weird that I know the daffodil much better in Welsh than in English. I have to take a second to remember the word daffodil in English. And then there's rhosyn, rose, of course. So thistle, Scotland. Who developed ideas about economics during the Enlightenment? Adam Smith. One TV license includes the entire, all the equipment in one address. But people who rent different rooms in a house have to get their own TV licenses. It is true. If you share a house with someone from a different household, even though you're in the same house, you need your own TV license. Magistrates and justices of the peace are members of the local community, not the society of lawyers, not the party, not the police. There is 2 minutes of silence during during Easter to remember the death of Jesus. No. This one. So the lords that are the lords that are selected by the prime minister only serve for their life. So not the next life and not their successors. So that the children cannot be lords. Which two countries took part in the Battle of how do you pronounce it? Is it French? Is it Agincourt? So it's England versus France, because it's a 100 years war, which lasted 116 years, as it turns out. Oh, hey, I just talked about this. So basically, who established the NHS? Anelin Bevan. Nice. I just talked about it. It's like it read my mind. It's dumb, but it's true. Even in student halls, everyone has a TV, but realistically, nobody's going to pay for a TV license that will only be valid for a year. Do you have a TV in a student hall? Like, do you use the shared one? I don't think you use a shared one, do you? There is a rule that's not on the test, by the way. That's just something that I learned during my battle with the TV licensing company. If you are a student living in a student hall and your parents have a TV license and you only watch TV on a mobile device, which can include a phone and perhaps a laptop, then you don't need a TV license. You can use your parents' TV license to watch TV on your phone or laptop, but not if you have a TV or a desktop computer. You're not paying for it, neither are your flatmates. No, just don't watch. I don't. There is a thing where I think BBC is doing a deal with YouTube, and in the future you can watch BBC on YouTube. And I'm like, does that mean you're gonna need a TV license for YouTube now? That's crazy. Imagine you need a license just to watch me. Actually, you already do. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know this one? If you're British, if you live in the UK, in theory, legally speaking, you need a license to be watching this right now, because this is live TV. According to the law, this is live, and it is like TV-esque content. So, yeah, it is crazy. There's a communal one, but you don't use it. Nah. I mean, if I were in a student hall, then I would just use my computer. But I have a TV of my own, and I just don't watch anything that I need a license for. What if you stream iPlayer to the TV using a phone? No, that you still be watching it on the TV. It's about what you watch it on. It's about the screen, so not like the way you watch it. So the speaker is a member of parliament, and I think he, right? Is it he? Yeah, he represents a constituency and deals with problems of the electorate like any other MP. Yes, that's what he does. He's a normal MP. On top of being the speaker. What religion were the Puritans? The Puritans were shit. I think they were Protestants. Yes. So who can nominate life peers? That would be the leaders of the main parties. So the PM and the leaders of the other parties. Technically, but if they ever charge for it, then that would be really irritating. They will never. That's why I said in theory, because there's no way for them to enforce this. Even if you let them into your house, they see that you have a telly. How do they know that you're watching me right now? Like, unless they bust in. It is just a stupid rule. But that's just a weird fun fact that yes, you are watching live TV right now. Technically. This is the thing about the Welsh translation. It is ambiguous. Like, this could mean which country attacked Hitler, or which country did Hitler attack. But from context, I think it is which country Hitler attacked. And it's only a problem in formal Welsh, because in like colloquial Welsh, you would do like Paulad, Naeth Hitler ymosod, for if Hitler attacked it. So it is Poland. Is it leaders of other parties or leader of opposition? Leaders of the main parties. So the PM and also the main parties. I don't know how it's defined, but I am aware because I've seen. Have you guys seen the Tom Nicholas video about the House of Lords? And he interviewed a life peer nominated by Plaid Cymru. So I mean, Plaid Cymru is tiny in the House of Commons, but they were allowed to nominate a life peer, and it's funny because she's super young. She's like 20 something, so she's going to be a lord for, I don't know, 70 years if she wants to. I vaguely remember there was a controversy over reform asking to appoint some bizarre. Oh shit! Yeah, I think if Plaid Cymru can nominate a lord, then I'm sure reform can, right? Would they disambiguate phrases like that in the actual test? No way of knowing. You would hope that they get someone professional to translate it. But either way, it is just a feature of the language, so you have to get it from context, I guess. But yeah, there are some things. There are some questions that just don't work when you translate them. Like earlier today, I did a question about asking which of the following words come from French, and they had park, apple, summer, and cow. And I love that because it's a linguistics question. But the point is, it doesn't work. I mean, actually, no. In this specific case, it works in Welsh as well, because Welsh uses the French words for park and Celtic words for the other three. But like some of them, no, you can't translate them. Speaking of TV licenses, there's a comedy film about a retired man who campaigned for free TV licenses for people over 65 or 70. Shit. That is one of the questions. You get to watch TV for free if you're over 70, I think. Let me double check. That is actually a question. 75. I think 75? If you're blind, you get half price. But no, hold on. Index. TV license. TUV. Tel 105. There you go. 75. Yes, I'm correct. Yeah. So yeah, if you're 75, you get one for free already. And then if you're blind, you get half price. But not if you're deaf, which is kind of funny. So name the most famous cricket competition test games between England and Australia. That would be the Ashes, as you mentioned. In Wales and England, that's what I mentioned. Yeah. So the small claims process is an informal way of helping people settle disputes less than how much. So as I said, England and Wales, that's 10 grand. Scotland and Ireland, 5 grand. Northern Ireland. Basically the north of Ireland, as people say. This guy went to see a famous painting in London because his campaign got ignored. What? That's funny. Welsh has a shocking amount. Yeah, they do. But I think I mentioned this before, but I love the Latin words in Welsh because they have shifted so much that they are not recognizable at all. It is so funny. Like when you realize this word is actually from that Latin word, it doesn't make sense. Like traethawd, which means an essay. It's from tractatus. Traethawd. Pysgod, yeah. Should be half price for deaf people. I don't know. You can campaign for that. Yeah, it is half price for blind people, full price for deaf people. But it is like 50 quid if you want a black and white license. Whoever still has a black and white television. I'm gonna get full marks on this one. Okay. So who invaded Britain after the Romans left? So that would be the Anglo-Saxons. By the way, I had a different question earlier today, which asked where the Jutes came from, and I was like, yeah, I know where the Jutes came from how do you pronounce Jutland? You know the part of Denmark that is connected to Germany. So I'm like, that's connected to Germany. Germany is Central Europe. So I click Central Europe, and no, it is Northern Europe. Apparently, officially there is a border between Germany and Jutland, as in the little peninsula poking out of Germany that is part of Denmark. 100%. Nice. Let's do another one. Is that the next one? By the way, you can see I had 71 wrong answers earlier, so I'm gonna have to go through that again, because that means there are lots of stuff that I still don't know very well. So, roast beef is traditional food in what country? That would be England. Chat, can you tell me? Okay, what's your take on roast beef? Is it like that good? Is it worthy of being the national dish? I like, how good is roast beef? Amazing. Okay. Not bad. Meh. Because so I'm not sure if I had a proper one, but you know, on this in this test, it makes it sound like it's amazing. So who can? Oh, that's what I just said. Who can get a 50% discount on TV licenses? That's blind people, and blind in Welsh is das. And not, this is deaf people. So bydar is deaf and das is blind. This is students and officers of military officers. You know what? How I should do this? I should translate all the answers before I click it. I'm just too excited to show off. So I'm going to translate the answers before I click it, so that you get some time to actually think of the answer. I'm sorry about that. I should do that from now on. All beef is mid. My mom agrees. My mom agrees. Kind of dry, but it soaks up gravy. That sounds very English, to be fair. You watched a black and white TV? That's crazy. How do you even have one? Okay, what languages is modern English based on? So, a Norman French, Anglo-Saxon, Gaelic and Celtic, Norman French and Celtic and Anglo-Saxon. So that would be Norman French and Anglo-Saxon. How many members are in the Northern Irish Assembly? 90. Yeah, 90. It was more than the Senedd until the next election, where the Senedd will have more than the Northern Irish one. When did the first farmers arrive Britain? 6,000 years ago, 8,000, 4,000, 10,000. That would be 6,000 years ago, and they came from Southeast Europe. Who was the Iron Duke that defeated Napoleon? This Napoleon stuff confuses me a little bit, because both Nelson and Wellington have fought Napoleon. But I mean it's got the Duke, so it is Wellington. But Nelson was the one on Trafalgar Square, right? So I assume they fought him on different occasions. It was a while until we got full color TV. Oh, are we actually from the same generation? What? You could actually get... How old was the telly? How? I can't imagine. There's the color television was like, what, 60s, 70s, right? I learned the history of television from WandaVision. So it has to be 60s. 60s was what's the word? Technicolor, I think. That's not on the test. When did the Free State of Ireland become a republic? 22. No. 22. Yeah, no. 22 was when the Free State was established. It became a republic in 49, which is the same year as China and maybe Israel, I think. 48. Okay, no, not 40. So Israel 48, China 49, Ireland 49. Also, India and Pakistan 47. And then like lots of other countries like 20 years later. I'm not sure about that though. Why can I not end the poll? Why is it so buggy? Her mom's family went through tough times. Ah, okay. Yeah, so they just kept using the same thing. Yeah, right, that makes sense. It was my grandparents' old TV before the 60s. It was a really small TV with only a few channels and a glass. Did you have to tune it? Like, is that that kind of TV we're talking about? Like, you have to tune it like a radio. The Ulster fry is a traditional food in which country? I mean, it's called Ulster fry, so it is in Northern Ireland. Welsh? What Welsh? Oh, you mean, is this? Yeah, this is in Welsh. It is also translated into Welsh. Who tells people about the history of the Tower of London? Trainers, the London guides, beefeaters, the history graduates. So it's the beefeaters. Whatever that means. Which two wives of Henry VIII were executed? We know that very well. Actually, it's kind of crazy how much I have to know about those wives. I mean, it's not just the names, not just what happened to them, and also like the relationship between them, like, and then which monarchs was whose child. Like, Elizabeth I was Anne Boleyn's child, and then what? Edward was a six. The one after, the one right after Henry was Jane Seymour's child. Mary was Catherine of Aragon's child. So like that one bloody guy. Also, he did so much. Like he signed the Act of Union to make Wales a part of England, I guess, like, or to unite the two, and then he did something to Ireland as well. Took down some church. I have no idea. It's just so much happening around that one guy, and I have to know all of it. Not a good logic. Where does the dish hang? Where does it actually come from? Where does it come from? I don't know, but I do know that Swiss chicken wings is not from Switzerland, and I mean, Hong Kong French toast is not from France. I mean, I guess it's supposed it is. Swiss candy, is that from? I think that is from Switzerland, but I suppose the Brits don't really name things in such a tricky way. So Ulster fries from Ulster, the full Scottish breakfast is from Scotland, or the French kiss is from, no idea. Can you do the rhyme of the wives? Yeah, of course I can. So, divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived, right? So that's why because Jane Seymour died giving birth, that's why the next monarch was her kid. Yeah, that's the logic. And then the two that got executed, that they were Catherine Howard and Anne Boleyn, they were cousins. And then Aragon, because she was Spanish, that's why she's Catholic, and that's why her kid married the Bloody Mary was Catholic as well. Bam. Hockin fried rice, not from Hockin. Whoa! Thank God I'm not doing that test. Kind of crazy in hindsight. It is pretty crazy. That you see, I'm very shocked. It is very crazy. I guess it was obvious to you, but no, we don't name things weird. What is a spot? No, but like I'm saying, you don't name things after the like you don't name dishes after the wrong country. Because in Hong Kong we have like Swiss chicken wings and stuff like that. But you name other things after the wrong country, like Dutch oven. There's an ABBA song that someone adapted into a song about the wives. I feel like at this point I don't need any songs or rhymes anymore. I just know everything that I need to know. Not everything, but everything I need to know. So it was Howard and Boleyn. When was Ireland separated into two countries? That was 22. Because 21, they gave independence to Ireland, and in 22, it became two countries. In 49, became Republic of Ireland, and then 69 to like 90s, that would be the Troubles. Volunteering is... Oh, I love this one. Volunteering is compulsory. No. Nowadays, the House of Commons has more power than the House of Lords. True. Two popular social networking websites. We've done this already on stream. This is completely wrong. These are not popular social networking websites. What is Carry On? Carry On is a film. like Passport on to Pimlico and Lady Killers. I will remember these when I need it. In 15s and 60s. The 15s and 60s were the high point of British comedy. What, really? Because I remember that there's a question about TV. Oh, by the way, did you know that the BBC started doing radio in 22 and started doing TV in 36? Last time I learned the latter fact, and I thought that's all I needed to know. But no, I need to know both years, when it started radio and when it started TV. French fries, that's the Americans. The Americans misnamed it. That's not on us, okay? The Americans couldn't tell the French from the Belgians, from the Walloons. Yeah, so there was something about like British TV in like the 50s and 60s. So how can you complain about the police? Go to a police station, write to the what's it English? Chief constable. Visit the advice office, and visit a local voting station. So I think you can complain by going to the chief constable and maybe the station. Yes. You think it was the other way around? Wait, what was the other way around? What did I say? I don't know what I said. Edward Elgar. Yes, that's my area. Is famous for the planets. No, that is Holst, who is from Cheltenham, where I've been. But I haven't been to his house because it's too expensive. What was the first what's happening? Something's happening to my network. What is happening? Is it okay? Stream's okay. Okay. Right. Are we doing good? Oh, you? Yep. Okay. BBC thing. They did TV before. No, because they did radio first. Because radio was technologically simpler. After you do your ceremony, you should celebrate by playing Trivial Pursuit UK edition and take a drink with every wrong answer. Maybe not, because I'll do the ceremony in 2027. Because I still have a year to go before I get my citizenship. So, maybe after I do the test. Stream is fine. Okay. Something happened on my end, which was weird. Okay. So what's the social and political union of women, I think. So that would be the suffragettes. So not the House of Lords. I don't know what this is. Oh shit! The rotten book. I need to know that. I needed to know that term. What is the rotten boroughs? I remember reading that. What is the rotten boroughs? I've definitely seen it somewhere. Hey, here we go. Okay, so that was after the Glorious Revolution, so around the 1700s. Some constituencies were controlled by one single wealthy family. These were called pocket boroughs, and other constituencies had hardly any votes because you needed property to vote. So if not many people had property, then you were rotten boroughs because you couldn't vote. Okay, so suffragettes. I thought you said it was the other way around. You can start it with radio, makes more sense. Oh, I hope I said it right. What was the system of land ownership that was used by the Normans? Magna Carta, gentry land, feudalism, democracy. That's feudalism. Noble land. Who can only give advice, warning, and encouragement about government things? That would be the speaker, the monarch, PM, and police. That would be the monarch. I didn't know he could warn the government. Which Which prize celebrates British theatre? Turner, Mercury, Brit, Laurence Olivier. It is a legal requirement to not discriminate between men and women because of their sex and marital status. Of course it is. Catherine Howard was... Here we go. Catherine Howard was a cousin to Anne Boleyn, yes. Imagine if they put like, oh, Catherine Parr was a cousin of Anne Boleyn. That would be so tricky. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. I wouldn't be surprised. There's so many Catherines. Why are there so many Catherines? So many Annes. So who was called William the Conqueror? So the William Duke of Normandy. Easy peasy. Are these like just too easy for me now? What did Henry VII do? Okay, I spoke too soon. What did Henry VII do? Limit power of the king. Broke apart from the Roman Catholic Church. Increase the power of the nobles. I think nobles. And reduce the power of the nobles. I think reduce the power of the nobles. I think. Or shit. Reduce? Yes, reduce, yeah. Is it nobles in English? Nobles, yes. Because he loved... Oh, right, because that was after the War of the Roses. And he was like, oh, no, these nobles, they have too much power. They're fighting, or they were fighting. Now that I've won, we need to stop that happening again. So he reduced the power of the nobles. Catherine Howard really does just sound like the name of a regular woman. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it sounds so generic and also modern. Not like... I mean, Anne Boleyn sounds like it couldn't be a modern person, even though I'm sure that someone could have that surname. Which one of the following is not a music festival? Shit. The translations are shit. I hope that it will not be this bad. So it is Glastonbury Creamfields. This is I've done this before, so I know. This is a Fringe. This is a V Festival. This one is outdated because V Festival is not a thing anymore. I checked. But the Fringe is a comedy festival. Who is responsible for crime and immigration? That will be our dearest MP Shabana Mahmood, who is making me do this. I mean, she didn't make me do this. Theresa May made me do this. But yes, that was the Home Secretary. Henry is translated from Harry. Henry and Harry are the same name, yes. They are the same name. So... so Harry, yeah. So Harry is a nickname of Henry, and apparently in Welsh they translate all the Henrys to Harrys. Yeah. So I suppose the current Prince Harry could also have been Prince Henry, but since then the name has broken off. It's like how, I don't know. You use Ian as a different name from John now, but they were originally the same name. I don't think you can. You don't think you can, if you need to memorize. You do need to memorize all of these. When did the English Civil War start? That would be... fuck. I keep getting this wrong. Because Charles the First... So he ruled 11 years without parliament, and then he tried to arrest someone, and he got locked up in 1642. He got executed in 1646. But when did the war start? I think the war started in 42. Yes, because he lost. Yeah, the war started in 42, and then he lost in 46 on the Battle of Marston Moor and Naseby, and then he got executed. So it's 42. Yes, we got that. 1284, that's the Welsh thing. Yep, it is. So Edward I introduced the Statute of Rhuddlan, which annexed Wales to the Crown of England, so that would be true. It was 1284, and then let me check again. When was Owain Glyndwr? I should remember that at this point. But Owain 1404, he became Prince of Wales, and then he died in 1416. Okay, so that's early 1400s. When were the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms established? And I have mentioned that this is probably not very accurate. I don't believe this is an accurate answer, but you just have to go with whatever the test says, which is 600. The Scottish Parliament, after the Magna Carta, the Scottish Parliament was separated into two estates, the Lords and the Commons, which is wrong. It's the Lords. No, fuck. There were three. I don't remember which three, but there were three. It is the Lords, the Commons, and the clergy. Okay, so it's basically same as England, but with an extra one. What is a shadow cabinet? We know this. This is funny. What is a shadow cabinet? The cabinet in trouble. So, oh, Kemi, what have you done? Are you in trouble now? The name of the office of the leader of the opposition in the parliament. Members of the main opposition that shadow the ministers of the government in different departments, and the cabinet that the prime minister had to fire. So it is this one. It is the ones that shadow the ministers, but it feels weird because when you say shadow as a verb, I just think of like job shadowing. It's like, it feels wrong. It's like, oh wait, are they interns that shadow the ministers? That would be the under something. Parliamentary undersecretary, or no, they're not interns. I'm kidding, but like that sounds more like them. It might help you remember the clergy if you know that some seats in the UK House of Lords are reserved for bishops. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, so they have the clergy in the House of Lords, whereas in Scotland they had it as a separate house, an estate. Who wrote about their experience in the First World War? Shit, I don't know this one. I don't remember studying this one. See, that's new to me. I mean, these are from the 1800s. This is also from the 1800s. I think this one? Yes, it is. Just because I know like Lord Byron, William Blake, Robert Browning, they are from the Romantic period. So that was in the 1800s. So there has to be this one. Siegfried. That's very German. That could be a way to remember. The German sounding one is a soldier. Wilfred also sounds very like that from that era. It sounds, or like maybe like interwar. Wilfred sounds like someone born during the interwar, if you know what I mean. Wilfred Owen on there twice. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. That's a good one. That's a good one. But anyway, I guess, right. Discrimination in the workplace is again, I mentioned last time, there's a translation problem. It's a criminal offense, okay? So I don't know how they're going to handle this because criminal offense in Welsh just translates to offense. So if I just went by the Welsh translation here, I would have got it wrong because it is an offense, but it's not criminal. I'm going to mute WhatsApp. So it is wrong. What was the Giant's Causeway made out of? Volcanic rocks, volcanic lava, and also it was formed. Fuck! It is 50 million years ago. I think it is 50 million years, because if you Google when the Giant's Causeway was formed, they would tell you it's between 50 and 60 million years ago, but according to the book, it is 50 million years. So you can't just go by Google. You have to go by the book. So let me check. 50 million years. Conditions in Ireland in the 19th century were lots better than rest of the UK. Wrong. It was a lot worse, right? The radar was developed by Robert Watson Watt. Yes. When did the BBC start the first regular television service in the world? I'm guessing they had to add like the first regular television service because they were like, maybe someone else had done it first. We have to change it somehow. So that were the first. So 1936. So in the 19th century, satire magazines were popular. So when was the first Punch published? I just learned this morning. I think it is the 40s. It is the 40s. So how I remember it is like it's just it's a century before the end of the Second World War, and so after the Second World War, probably like people feeling very depressed, not in like in the Great Depression sense, but depressed. So that's like I'm making mental connections. What destroyed London in 1666? Fire. Because 65 was plague, 66 was fire. Other than London schools, which university was credited with discovering the DNA molecule in 53? That's Cambridge, Edinburgh, Oxford, Aberdeen. It is with great displeasure that I will have to say it is Cambridge. Cambridge has better STEM, I think, just conventionally. Oxford's better at like art stuff. During Elizabeth I and James I, where did the English government encourage Protestants to move? I think it is Ulster, and they built plantations in Ulster, which was so this would have been like in 1500s, right? 1500s, early 1600s. But they already had control of the Pale by like 1200. Let me check. Why is Google so suspicious of me now? It makes me click a box every single time. What the heck? The Pale? No, that was 1400s. Okay, whatever. What architectural style were famous buildings in London? So the buildings in London, like House of Parliament and St. Pancras. I think they're Gothic, right? I think they're Gothic. And Courage. Yeah. Orange Barnacle, you want to give more context? All I know is what's on the test, okay? So I'm being perfectly brainwashed. I know exactly what is I have been taught and nothing else. So what are you trying to imply there? Because that's what it says. The government encouraged people to move to Ulster to build plantations. What can laws made by the EU be called? I don't think that's going to be in my test because it is about the EU, and Brexit means Brexit. We're not going to give a fuck about the EU now, I think. So laws, instructions, all of the above. Framework decisions, like framework decisions, yes. Oh, directives. There's regulations. Sorry, not laws. Regulations, directives, framework decisions. I'm gonna guess it's all of them. It is all of them. Which are the two things happened when Mary Stuart was killed? No, Mary Stuart's husband was killed. She fled to France. She gave her throne to Elizabeth. She was suspected of being involved in the murder. She asked Elizabeth for help. So that would be these two, because she fled to England, and she gave her throne to her son. Who did the serfs serve? Who did the serfs serve? I forgot again. So knights, lords, peasants, slaves. So I'm guessing lords. Lord sounds right. Yep. The Victoria Cross was introduced during which war? Crimea, First World War, Second World War, 100 Years' War. That's Crimea. Because that was during Victoria. What is the divine right of kings? More power for the parliament, less power for the nobles. The king was chosen by God, and less power for the king. So that's king was chosen by God. I've been doing good so far. Like I've got 100 in all of these things. I'm happy with the progress. I feel like it's going to get boring for you guys soon. So like I'm going to do a couple more, and then we can do a little chat, and then call it a day, because I think the brunt of the work has been done at this point. So we can relax and do other stuff, like, I don't know, watch something if you have suggestions. I don't really like how it translates names into a Welsh version. If someone calls me the wrong name because they've translated it, I'm throwing stuff. I think it is. That's a very good one, because do you translate names? Conventionally, you do translate names, right? Because, for example, there are lots of names, again, very traditional names that have different language versions, especially like kings and queens. You would translate all of them. Like you conventionally call. Well, what's a good example? Like, I don't have a good example right now, because I don't know lots of foreign kings and queens, but I do know that. Yeah, for example, Charles III. Oh, let's say Elizabeth II. Elizabeth II in Polish, you'd say Elżbieta. You wouldn't say Elizabeth, because it works better in the language, and it already exists in the name in the language. So they would say Elżbieta, and then I think they do say King Karl. Yeah, I think they call Charles Karl in Poland, whereas in Germany I think they do that less now. Even in Germany, even the Queen, they call the Queen the Queen. Did you guys know that? That's so weird. They just didn't bother translating Queen into German. So when we had the Queen, they used the Queen to refer to the British Queen. Bizarre, because they have a German word for Queen, but just, I guess it's a little bit like when you say the Kaiser to refer to the German Kaiser, and the Tsar to refer to the Russian one. So you don't translate these things. So there is like precedence for that, but it still feels weird to see, especially to see it spelled Queen in German. Yeah, what do you think? I like the idea that names can be translated personally. It fascinates me as a language nerd. It's just that my name is not very translatable. My name is the same in every language, almost. It's tiny differences. Like you have the Z, you have the Z in Polish. You have a little dots in French. You add an ending in Lithuanian, because you have to add it in all Lithuanian names. What else? I mean, in Hebrew, it's just the original Israel, but it's basically the same thing. So I wish my name could be translated. Whereas lots of modern English names are less translatable, because I guess English names are more like innovative in that way. I don't actually know, but I remember you mentioned that Welsh version used an overly generous term before. From my knowledge, people don't want to move and work on plantations. Yeah. Were they encouraged to move on plantation, or to work on plantations, or were they encouraged to move there and establish the plantations and make the Irish work on the plantations? That's a huge difference. Let me check. I do think it might be the latter. This is the short study guide. Not the Industrial Revolution, that's before that. Catholic King. Not the Civil War. Let's go back to Elizabeth. Oh, here, Ireland. So yes, there were a number of rebellions because many Irish people opposed ruled from England. Land was taken from the Catholic landholders and given to Protestant settlers from England and Scotland. These settlements were known as plantations. This had serious long-term consequences for the history of England, Scotland, and Ireland. So yeah, it doesn't make it very clear, but my understanding is the English people went over to Ulster, took land from the Catholics, and then probably made Irish people work on them, on the plantations. Can anyone help me fact check that? Have to make dinner now? I just had a very big, I don't know, lunch or dinner. So I'm really full right now. I think it's very rude. To each their own. I like it personally, but if you don't like it, then I'm not going to do that to you. And also, like, how often do you speak multiple languages to the same person? But mainly, I guess nowadays you do that to kings and queens and popes. Popes have like very widely translated names. Yeah, the translations are really fun in Chinese languages, actually. I don't know if I mentioned. I probably have mentioned, but it is fascinating how the names are translated into Chinese languages, because instead of the Latin, the Pope's names are translated from the Portuguese into some sort of lesser known Southern Chinese dialect. Or maybe Mandarin, I'm not sure. But yeah, so it came from Portuguese, and that's why it sounds completely different from what you would expect if you transliterated the Latin names, because they're not Latin, they're Portuguese. You're feeling sorry for the wrong group of people. I mean, as a general rule, historically speaking, feel sorry for the Irish. That generally works, I think. Which landmark? Oh, I forgot to switch. Okay. The fourth quiz. We're speedrunning these things. We're speedrunning them real quick. Which of the following landmarks is in the... Oh, which of the following UK landmarks are in Wales? So, Lake District, Eryri, officially Eryri, but unofficially Snowdonia, Loch Lomond, Giant Causeway. So that would be Eryri. What is the age requirement to drink wine with a meal with someone who is over 18? So that's 16. That's also in my upcoming short video. Which one? I think the second or the third. Who tried to arrest 5 members of parliament in the House of Commons? That would be Charles I, because he then got executed. When did the Protestant ideas spread? So the Reformation was in the 1500s. So that's when the ideas spread, right? So the 16th century. I still like to call things the 1500s as opposed to 16th century. It's so much easier. And it's also something that I is a habit I picked up in Swedish. Because in Swedish, you say like 1500-talet, 1500s age. Like, I don't know why we don't do that in other languages. It's so much easier. I mean, I guess we do that in English, but it's not the default way. The proper formal way is to say 16th century. I actually really hate how the Polish people write centuries, because they write it with Roman numerals, and it takes me a slightly more time to read them. Like, in the XVI century, this happened. I'm like, ugh. The 16 thing is in episode 1 of the In-Betweeners. The 16 what? Wait, hold on. What 16 thing? What was the 16 thing? What 16 thing? What? What 16? It doesn't really matter how the English acted when they moved over there. It's pretty easy to denounce the intention, which was to replace the local population with a loyalist base. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, they also say that. So they encouraged more people to move to Ulster, and then they started... Oh, fuck, no, that's a different century. I think the book says by 1200, the people there started accepting the authority of the English king. Let me double check. Again, as I say, this is the stuff I need to know, okay? Ireland. Where the fuck is this? Yeah, okay. So by 1200, the English ruled an area of Ireland known as the Pale. So I was right. The Pale was in the 1200s, around Dublin. Some of the important lords in other parts of Ireland accepted the authority of the English king. Yeah, so... I guess not only replace... Well, hold on. It doesn't say if they are like English lords or Irish lords. It just says lords. So lords in other parts of Ireland accepted the authority of the English king. Whereas the Pale, basically, it's just... It's been fully taken over. 16 years old in pub. Oh, okay, right. Got that. Yeah, I know that well. Again, because it's one of the questions that I ask people at the Aested VOD. So I know those ones really well. Except when the Wars of the Roses started. That one took me a second. But I just edited the video. Is it the next? Hold on. Which one did I just post? I just posted one, which is... Okay, not this one. On one of the upcoming ones, there was a Wars of the Roses. I didn't remember that one. Now I do. It's 1455 to 1485. Such a history buff now. Involuntary history buff. This is what Russia did with Crimea. Move ethnic Russians into the area over time to say we all consider ourselves Russian. No, that's what Russia, like, or the Soviet Union did everywhere, right? They had lots of like migrations. They just move people everywhere, move Russians everywhere, so that people all just become the same identity. I assume it's a little bit like gerrymandering in the sense that just make Russia the dominant culture in all the places they move to, and then everyone else just becomes part of that culture. Yeah, it's kind of icky. And what can I say? People knew what they were doing, and people still do. Which annual event happens between Oxford and Cambridge? I think this is the only question that mentions Oxford, which is kind of sad. That is so rowing, football, tennis, basketball. So that will be rowing. Self-determination by the new guys. Exactly. Yeah. So replace them, and then bam, you want self-determination, and just so happens that they also like the country that sent them there, right? According to the 2021 census, what percentage of England and Wales are not religious? I think that is the biggest number. Yep. Still less than Christians. People who live in the UK have to pay tax on which two of these ones. So what? No, wait, what? Loans? Oh, payday loans, is that a thing? Paid loans? No, sorry, paid work, yeah. So salaries, student loans, income from property, savings, and dividends. So that would be these two. So what they earn from dividends, from their jobs. What are payday loans? I don't know payday loans. Should I know that? Payday loans. What are payday loans? Short-term loans. Okay. One of the things I dislike so much about the method is that it abuses my support for self-determination of the peoples. Yeah. Oh, well. It is very clever. And it is a long-term strategy. It is very clever. Where did the first farmers come from? Well, we said that already. That's from the southeast of Europe. D-Day is a day when the Brits moved the French from Normandy. Let me see if that's a mistranslation. Oh, evacuated the French from Normandy. No, that doesn't make sense. No, it does make sense. Wait, who was being... I actually don't remember who was being evacuated. All I knew was people were being evacuated and how, but not who. I guess yes, because France was taken over by Hitler, right? No, that's Dunkirk. Oh, I was too distracted by this that I didn't realize that's the wrong one. That's hold on. Dunkirk was First World War, right? No, there was also Second World War. Dunkirk was Second World War. They evacuated Allied soldiers. Okay, so yeah, so not French people. Yeah, I was too distracted by this part. Like, what are they talking about? So Dunkirk was when they evacuated Allied soldiers, not just French people. But D-Day was when they landed in Normandy and they won. Loans that people take out a few days before they get paid with pretty high interest rates. That sounds bad. But okay, so yeah, when they really need it, that's sad. That was Dunkirk. Yeah. Which that's kind of annoying that they both start with D. Which two are police duties? Misuse their authority. Let's go back to the Welsh. Misuse their authority. Protect life and property. Be corrupt. I guess take bribes. Detect and stop crime. So the two responsibilities and what they actually do, right? Where was Isaac Newton born? It doesn't actually ask where in England. So it's in England. It was in Lincolnshire, right? How many countries are in the EU? 27. The child hearing system is used in which country? That's Scotland. Because you have that instead of the youth courts. Be corrupt. I think the English is take bribes or something. You can probably go back to before and I translated it. Oh my god, what's happening to my voice? Maybe it's telling me I need to stop soon. During the Bronze Age, people lived in round houses and buried their dead in forgot this English again. Graves called round barrows. Yes. Which party won the general election? That was the Clumplight, the coalition. None. Yeah, that's very poorly translated. But the Lib Dems and the Tories made a coalition. Which two things did the Romans bring to Britain? So plants and animals, constitutional monarchy, new legal structure, fundamental democracy, I guess legal structure. Yeah. What is the last one? Basic democracy. Oh, basic democracy. Okay. Karens are in... Was that the Iron Age? No. Oh, Stone Age? Karen. What are Karens? Karens. Thy is some abbreviation. Yeah, it's just two. It does look like an abbreviation. Like it looks like that, for example. Which is GCSE, I think, GCSE in Wales. It's called Tagai. What are Karens? Chat. What's a Karen? It's a man-made pile of stones. Right? Which was from the prehistory. Which era? I'm guessing like all the way back. Human-made hills are often... Wait, Bronze Age? Not Stone Age? No way, Cornwall might be named after Cairns. That's crazy. That's so cool. That makes sense though. That makes a lot of sense. But when are they from? When? Queen. Pryd. Cúdi mi clach do charn. I'm gonna do some Duolingo after this. I recently learned this word in Gaelic. Cúdi mi clach do charn. It's actually something that that unit was actually teaching something very similar to this. Put stone on your car. But when? I don't know when. Doesn't say when. Can someone tell me when? Takes Khan. Gee, oh my. Whoa. That's cool. Neolithic? When is the Neolithic? Oh, that's all the way back. Periods by region. Europe. Okay. So, hold on. So the Bronze Age was from 4,000 years ago. So, and the Stone Age was around like 10,000 years ago, right? So is this basically like Stone Age-ish? Am I correct to say that? Bodmin Mór, Cairn. I don't care anymore. That the language doesn't make sense. Tate is do we not pronounce it takes Khan tunnel? I grew up with that tunnel. I went through that tunnel every single day. Is it how you pronounce it? Tate's Khan tunnel. Okay, whatever. Bodmin Moor, you won't be British until you kept up at night, fearing the beast of Bodmin. Hold on. Where did that come up? Was that in one of the Wikipedia pages? Cairn. Let's just call it corn, because it's corn in Cornwall. Let's just call it corn. Bodmin, there we go. A brown willy hill in Bodmin Moor, an area with many ancient cairns. What is this? Gorn Bryn. What? Brown willy. That sounds a bit racist. What is a brown willy? Bron Wenili. Oh, it's for Cornish. Okay. Bron. Hold on. What is Bron? Like Bryn. Okay, Bryn. Maybe Bryn. Elhella. Okay, cool. Why is there a beast? The beast of Bodmin has been reported many times, but never identified with certainty. Whoa! Wait, that's like a Nessie kind of thing. Why is that not as famous as Nessie? The beast of Bodmin is an instance of sightings of British big cat. I'm doing like a Wikipedia rabbit hole now. Refers to the subject of reported sightings of non-native wild big cats in the United Kingdom. So it's not an actual thing. It's just a legend. Okay, sure. Physical evidence to support such a claim has been typically found to be far more ordinary. In the case of Bodmin, when a skull found in River Fowey was presented to the Natural History Museum. It was found to have been cut from a leopard skin rug. Cool. But also, by the way, Arthurian legend. Very cool. Where is this? So, Arthurian legend also goes to Cornwall, apparently. Okay, cool. Excalibur. Yay! Maybe someday I'll learn something about Arthurian legend. Actually, you remember chat? There was a thing. Like I asked chat for some like mythological things that I should learn about, and we made a Google Doc, and I would like just go live and then read a bunch of Wikipedia pages like this. I haven't done it yet, mainly because I planned to do that just before that game based on Welsh mythology comes out. It was supposed to come out by the end of 2025, but we're in 26 now. Still hasn't happened. So I'm still holding on to that. I'm still planning to do that. Learn about some mythologies and legends before I play that game. So that's the plan. Hoe gaat het? I can't shift out of Welsh right now. it gaat very good. I want to. Brown Willie, you need to look into Britain's big cats. I want to believe it so. What? You know what, Esme? Pop it into that document. Hold on. I can still put that myth. Let me see. Israel. Yeah. I'm going to put that link back in here. But yeah, how do you actually answer hoe gaat het? Het gaat niet slecht. Het gaat goed or something. But yeah, you can still put stuff in there. I haven't... Yeah. There is some stuff here. Counter Gwaelod. I am vaguely familiar with this. But yeah, no, I haven't gone through it on stream quite yet, because that's planned for later. The little dip between the twin peaks of Pen y Fan is called Catar Arthur. Hold on, wait. Edinburgh, you have competition. Yeah, Edinburgh. Why you guys keep like fighting for these names? You've got Arthur's Seat, and then you have Catar Arthur. Then what? You have You have hold on, what else? You have Saint Andrews, and then you have wait, hold on. What is? I forgot the actual name. I said it on stream once. The Welsh name of Pristine is Llanandras. Yeah. What is? Is Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh related to King Arthur too? I don't know. Samuel, are you here to give some context? Do you know? Oh, we can actually just read Wikipedia. Is jouw naam Israël? Ja, mijn naam is Israël. Het gaat goed. Mooi. Het gaat zeer mooi. Our claim is stronger. I would have to say so. Yeah, I mean, Arthurian legend does come from that part of the country, of the island, let's say. Legends pertaining to King Arthur, such as reference to a Godolin. That's literally Welsh. Hold on. Several hilltops and mountaintops features in Britain bear the similar names, such as Peak of Ben Arthur. Is that like Gaelic Ben Arthur in the Western Highlands? Yeah, that's in Scotland. Another Arthur's Seat. Arthur's Chair on the ridge called Stone Arthur in the Lake District. So England has an Arthur's Seat. Scotland has an Arthur's Seat. Wales has an Arthur's Seat. What the hell? Waarom is jouw naam Israël? Oh, waarom? Woon je Nederland? Why? No, I'm doing a British citizenship test. Ik woon niet in Nederland. Ik woon in Engeland. Wait, hold on. Is it England or England? I'm guessing England. England sounds wrong. England. Waarom is jouw naam Israël? Waarom is jouw naam Lokwanwa? Waarom? Ik weet niet waarom. I feel like our claim. Yep. So we did a bit of detour. Yeah, we'll go back to the legend stuff at some point, I promise. It's just not now. Arthur just likes sitting. I mean, don't we all? Don't we all? My Robert the Bruce is connected to which country? At Scotland. What system can be used to fill in tax return if you're self-employed? Self-assessment. As pay as you earn, national insurance contributions, self-checking, self-assessment. Arthur's got a big bottom. He sat all across Great Britain, didn't he? He just loved sitting on mountains. and he's got his butt's so big he had to sit on mountains to to actually relax. So London Eye stands on which side? No, on the south of which river? So it's Walbrook, Clyde, Tafwis. Tafwis is Thames. Now I know. I did not know that. You was also given an English name by your parents. So what is your English name? I mean, I was given an English name by my parents, so it's the same. Yeah, why are there so many other seats? What, like, where did he go? Where did this guy do? All over the country, all over the island, just sitting all over the place. Well, where is Catdar Arthur? Penavan. I know of Penavan, but I don't know where it is. I don't know where Penavan is. It is in the Brecon Beacons. Okay. So he sat in South Wales. He sat in Edinburgh. He sat in the Lake District. Cool. NSPCC is a charity for which of the followings? Children, environment, old people, animals. I kept thinking it is animals, but it is not animals. It is children. It's too unique for me to say, but it's also the name of a place. Much fortunate in comparison. Hey, we got the place name as names. That's cool. I had a classmate in school called Paris, and I thought that was pretty cool. We all had place names as names, and I don't know any Sydney personally though. I probably met some Sydney at some point, but I don't know one well. Chad is also a place name. Actually, where did the word Chad come from? As in like man Chad. Let's see. Chad isn't okay. Is alpha male? Yes. Where did it come from? Oh, it's just a name. Oh, okay. Chad is just it's just a guy's name. Okay. So they took the guy's name and made it like a common noun. But it's funny when you see people talk about Chads on stream because it feels like they're talking to chat. But it's Chad versus chat. Penavan overlooks Powys from the Brecons. It's very beautiful, but everyone and their nan has been to Penavan. I'm not everyone, and my nan has not been to Penavan either. My family don't hike. I still want to take my parents hiking at some point. Like I don't even like it that much, but like I kind of enjoy some light hill walking, and I'd love to take my parents on one before they're too old. I actually learned the word hill walking not that long ago, and the first time I heard this word, it was said by a Scot, and I was very confused because it sounded like hell walking. I was like, why are you walking all the way to hell? We're just going hiking. It's okay. It's not that bad. It's a diminutive for Charles. Is it actually? It's kind of... How do these names come to be? Some light rambling. Hiking is so much. It's fun. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it is fun when it's challenging, but sometimes also like, I'm kind of... What's the English phrase for that? Like, I can't turn back now. Because at that time when I went on a really difficult route, like on some stepping stones on the river, it's like you had to lean onto the two sides on the rocks, or else we'd like fall into the river. It was crazy. But yeah, so in Cantonese we say "careful nanha," which is like, literally, I'm on the tiger and I can't get off it now. So like I'm in a hot seat now, or something like that. I'm in a bad situation. I can't get out of it. Karen and Stacy, whatever. Too bad there's not many places nearby I can go to because I don't like hiking alone. So usually wait to fly home. Cool. There's lots of hiking to be done around here. It's just, it is. That's one thing I retrospectively miss about Hong Kong. Like, I never liked hiking when I was in Hong Kong, but it is actually so much better. Because in Hong Kong, you can actually take public transport to a hike. It's just get off the bus or even get off the metro, and then bam, you can start walking. and then you walk over the other side, and it is like normal residential streets, and you can go Yum Cha or something. Whereas over here, you have to like, I don't know, rent a car and then like drive all the way to the middle of nowhere, go hike, and then drive somewhere else to get some ice cream. It's just so much worse. That Hong Kong is good in that way, and I never realized that because I was never into it back when I lived there. Now I can't do it anymore, and it's at least in certain European countries you can actually take public transport to, like, I don't know, ski or something, but in the UK, nope. There's like certain places you can go to. Like I think from here you can go to like some certain parts of the Peak District, Hope Valley, like Edale, but then it is just very limited. Shame. In the thick of it, oh, I want to watch the thick of it. I watched so little of it. There's so little of it out there, and I've watched a small portion of that. Wait till you go hiking in the Czech Paradise. Are you taking me there, Michelle? If you're taking me there, I'm going. Very different geography and scenery, I suppose. I just don't know much about nature. It's not part of my. Oh, it's not part of the culture I grew up in. But I guess I'm learning so much about this culture now. Yay! The craziest hikes I've been on is Madeira. That bad? Wow. I mean, the first time I went, when I went to the stepping stones in the Peak District, that was pretty bad. I didn't have any right gear. I wore very bad shoes for that. Afterwards, I got some better shoes, but that was my first time. Hello, hi, Kamil, cześć. There were some nice waterfalls. We want to go to the lake and Peak Districts. Haven't been in so many years. I haven't been to the lakes at all. Like I've been through it so many times. I've taken that West Coast main line through Oxenholme a bunch of times. Never got off there. After the Black Death, a new middle class appeared. Great landowners. What were they called? So this, if I remember correctly, that's the gentry. Gentry, the Tudors, the clans of serfs. So that's the gentry. I know what I'm talking about, Esme. Yeah, in the thick of it. I was in the thick of it. Yeah, but you just reminded me of the thick of it. I can try to make you, but it's harder to get without a cut. Well, there we go. There we go. I keep wanting to say Chartists, but no, the Chartists are linked to the Civil War in the 17th century. Wrong. That was in the late Industrial Revolution. Mothering Sunday, I do keep forgetting this one. Is Mothering Sunday the third Sunday in June? I don't think it is in June. I think it is. Chat is Mother's Day in March, I think. Because the UK has a different Mother's Day and Father's Day from we do in Hong Kong, so it's very confusing every time I see on social media that it's Mother's Day, and then Mum is in May. Shout out to Chartists. I would not mind if you're shouting as you watch me. It's perfectly fine. Nothing against it. Mothering Sunday. No, it is in March. You can't. It is in March. Come on. It is in March. Hold on. No. Yeah? That's the UK one. The UK's one's different. No, don't give up on it. It'll be the best hike of your life. Still start with them. I think it is March, because I remember sending my mom some messages in March, and she was very confused because it was not Mother's Day in Hong Kong. Michelle, yeah, okay, I'll trust the Brit on this one. Samuel, I think you shame on you. You haven't adapted to that part of life in the UK yet. I kind of know when Mother's Day is. Yeah, I don't remember the Hong Kong one anymore. You're failing the test. Yeah, imagine if you fail your test on that one. When is Father's Day in the UK? June. Okay, so it's June, like in Hong Kong, but Mother's Day is in March. Yeah. Fathering Wednesday. I say father now. I like that vowel as opposed to father. Father. So it is not in June. Oh yeah, I could have just pressed and then checked the explanation. What? That's stupid. 3 weeks before Easter. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. 3 weeks, that is 21 days. So that is during Lent, isn't it? Is Mothering Sunday is halfway through Lent. That's interesting. Father's Day sometimes falls my mum's birthday, which is, yeah, that's great. That's handy. That's handy. That's nice. It's like when your birthday is around Christmas. 9 months before Mother's... Why can't you just say 3 months after Mother's Day? That feels simpler. So 1348, there was a disease, a kind of plague, came to Britain. That was the Black Death. What are these ones? The Giant Evil, the White Death, the Black Death, malaria. Is it? The Giant Evil. That's inventive. Your birthday is around Christmas. Oh, someone got the reference. So close. Which one did I get wrong? I forgot. I got D-Day. Yeah. Should I? What time is it? Should I do one more? I could do one more. Chat. Do you want me to do one more, or do we just chat until like we finish this stream? Yeah. Who else is here? Encore. What's encore? Okay. If someone said encore, I was trying to crack a joke. No. What? 9 months before. I'm confused. What is with me and chat making jokes that fly over my head? I think last time someone made a pun about like azzurro or something. Wouldn't that be 9 months after? What are you on about? What? What are you talking about? 9 months after? What take? Oh. Wait, what was the original joke again? 9 months before. No. I don't know what the original joke was gonna be. I kind of get the logic of it now, but I don't know what the joke's supposed to be. Children's Day in India is 14th November. That's okay, right? Yeah, no, practicing. I get the logic, but like, what was the joke? Like, 9 months before. What was 9 months before Father's Day? 9 months before Mother's Day? Is that the joke? Okay. Yeah. Okay. If it is what I think it is. It doesn't matter. Yeah, go on, explain a joke. Go on, do it. 11th, 14th November. What is it? I feel like I've heard something like that before as well. Tonight. Father's Day? Okay, I don't know. When is Father's Day again? June. Grok. Add Grok. To go, add Grok. Imagine if this actually summons something. That would be crazy. Okay. Someone said encore, so we're going to do encore. Just one more. Just one more. We were talking about when Mother's Day and Father's Day is, and no one could remember. Yeah, okay. I think part of the thing is because of the delay of the stream. Because when you sort of say something, like you crack a joke about something that you hear me talking about, when I see it, it's going to be like a minute after. So I've completely lost all the context. So I literally don't know what you were joking about, even if I got why the joke was made. So the Hadrian's Wall is a popular UNESCO World Heritage. Define popular. Is it popular? Chat, how much do you love the Hadrian's Wall? I think yes. If they want to flex, it's going to be popular. Who mapped the coast of Australia? James Cook, right? James Cook. When did English become... See, this is annoying. I hate this question, but I know the answer. When did English become like an official language for documents? The answer is 1400. I explained it last time. These three are precise years. This one is an approximate year, which doesn't make sense to compare them against each other. What percentage of the population lives in Wales? 5%. Who developed the radar? Robert Ross. And what? I keep forgetting what Steptoe did. Was an English obstetrician and gynecologist and a pioneer of fertility treatment. The first test tube baby. Okay, right. Steptoe did the test tube baby. I need a way to remember Steptoe. So made a test tube baby, dropped the test tube and stepped on it. There's a good film of the IVF thing. Why is there so many films of everything? Like, my partner actually knows most of this stuff from films, and I'm like, what are you talking about? We were talking about some other part of history earlier today, and that was also in a film, and I've just, no idea. Joy. Wait, Joy? I know Joy. Is that what it's about? Is it the same Joy that I've heard about? Oh yeah, I think it is. Oh, cool. You breathe out of your nose and a short burst. Good for you. Radar is an acronym. Oh shit, no. I remember it's an acronym, but I don't remember what it stands for. Some radio is involved for sure, right? Radio detection something. And laser is also, I don't remember what laser stands for. Thankfully, that's not required knowledge. Okay, radar is radio detection and radio. Hey, not bad. I guess radio detection and ranging. And then laser is light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. That makes sense. Really awesome destructive array. That's a reference, isn't it? I don't remember what that's a reference to. I remember studying that briefly in biology when we were studying genetics and watched this documentary about golden rice. Golden rice? What the hell is golden rice? That sounds like something that Asians would love. Because we love gold. What? Fortified food to be grown and consumed in areas, with more vitamin. And then not rejection, because for scientific certainty, health and environmental impact. And it puts the lives of children at risk. Oh, cool. Good. You got light amplification. Yeah, no, that's fine. We don't have to know that to be British. It's fine. It is. That's American or something. It was high in vitamin A. So what is the capital of Northern Ireland? That would be Belfast. Apparently in Welsh you're supposed to spell it with 2 F's, but they don't. Again, according to this census, how much of England and Wales were Muslims? Shit, I think that it's 6%. Yeah, there is a lot of Muslims compared to the other minorities. I think, what is it? Muslim 6%, Sikhs 1%, Buddhists 0.5%, Jews 0.5%, and then other minor religions like 0.1%. Right? That's the distribution. And then what? Atheists 37 and Christians like 46 or something. So the I keep wanting to say home war because it translates to home war, but it's a civil war. split the country into which two groups? So that would be the Roundheads and the Cavaliers. Could help people with certain conditions. I can't remember the details. The same documentary where they discuss cloning. Cool. Cloning by Sir Ian Wilmot and Keith. What's the last name? Campbell. Is that right? Yes, biologist Keith Campbell. Let's see. What can it help with? Yeah, shortage of vitamin A, right? Was a what? Oh, that's my primary education. What problem can you get for lacking vitamin A? Night blindness, infection. Okay, cool. That's how I skim. Not this again. Why do they keep asking about this? So the small claims process in Northern Ireland can be used for claims of less than which amount? So, as I said, it used to be $3,000, now it's $5,000. One of the scientists doing the cloning has a Scottish first name and the other one has a Scottish last name. No, hold on. Yeah, Ian Wilmot. Yeah, Ian Wilmot and Keith Campbell. Which one is it? Which is what? Which is which? Wilmot. So Ian Wilmot. Well, I guess Ian is the Scottish first name. Is that what you mean? Ian and Campbell. Yeah, that's what I thought. Where was Emma? I don't know how to pronounce his first name actually. Is that Emmeline? Emma. Same Cam and Cameron? What is a Cam and Cameron? That sounds very Cam. Do you think maybe they're both clones of the real mastermind behind the clone? No, because they are nothing alike, so they would not be clones. How do you pronounce his first name? Is it Emmeline? But anyway, Emily Pankhurst, Manchester. Here we go. Love that. We have her statue on St. Peter's Square. Also, so if you go to the Great Northern Warehouse, the mall in Manchester, there is a wall where they have like cartoons of all the Great Northerners, which not only Manchesters, not only Mancunians, but also like people from around. So you've got Pankhurst, you've who else? You've got the football guys. You've got the I'm blanking. I forgot his last name. Shit, hold on. Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen. I forgot the last name. Ian McKellen and so on. So it's pretty cool. You can actually learn some things about the local history. But that's something that I would not be interested in if I didn't live here, I suppose. Like, I've been to places like the Cardiff Museum, as in like the Museum of Cardiff, about Cardiff, and I thought that was pretty boring because I didn't know the city at all. So it felt irrelevant. But otherwise, yeah. That's what I mentioned this one. Which of the following are said by Churchill? So this is a very difficult it is because it's a very like rhetorical kind of way to say something. I think the original quote was, "There was never so much owed by so many to so few in the conflict of mankind," or something. And I have nothing to offer but blood, something, tears, and sweat. We will never surrender, or something. Let's see the English. We shall never surrender. I love how it adds only. So it makes it very obvious that it is all of the above. Like, just this sentence? Nah, it is obviously a hint. But never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. Okay, yeah. Close. I have read it briefly, but every time I've seen it in this test, it's been translated, so it's been poorly translated. Blood, toil, tears and sweat. Okay, sure. And is the Museum of Cardiff the one that's like in the middle of Cardiff next to all the shops, and it's like 2 rooms about Cardiff and downstairs a room of ancient stuff, bronze? I think it is. I think that's the one you're describing, because it's been a while since I've been in Cardiff. I will be in the Cardiff in a few days. I might go there again. Who knows? Is it free? If it's free, I might go check it out. Maybe on live. Who knows? But yeah, I'm setting off in 4 days. So I'm gonna go there like 2 days in advance, meet some influencers in the Welsh world, probably, because I've been in contact with them for a while and we've never met in real life, so we can actually hang out. Campbell. Churchill impression now. Oh shit! Oh shit! I did. Okay. I can't believe it actually happened. Okay. So I said I'd have to look it up because I actually haven't. I haven't heard him say it. Like, I've only read it. Life-changing quotes. Do I want to watch this life-changing quotes? Why it came across the question with all the Churchill quotes. I was hoping to just go through one Churchill quote and bam, got all of them. Damn it.
Powerful words and wise quotes from
what? Why the computer voice?
Opportunity. The best.
Sorry, mate. That's a computer voice. That's not Churchill, and that's an AI Churchill. Fuck that. That's also another AI Churchill. Apparently, there's an AI Churchill. That's also an AI Churchill. Why are there so many AI Churchills? That's Churchill with a filter. So uncanny. I hate it. This one?
If any words that I have spoken have commanded attention, that is only because they find an echo in the breasts of those of every land and of every race.
I honestly, I can't do accents. Samuel, come do the accents for me. I can't do accents.
Who love freedom and are the foes of tyranny.
Search Churchill speech meme. What? Why is that a meme?
At any rate, that is what we are going to try to do. That is the result of His Majesty's government.
What?
When Napoleon lay at Boulogne for a year with his flat-bottom boats and his grand army north of the Amiens-Abbeville Gap, or led into an ignominious...
What the fuck? Whenever you do a Churchill impression, you need to make it almost impossible to understand. I mean, the way I speak is already impossible to understand. Is that a thing? You see, I have barely heard anything from this guy before. Genuinely, I've only read stuff that he's said. I haven't heard stuff he said. What is it? Oh, someone subscribed. Cool.
At any rate, that is what we are going...
At any rate... At any rate...
going to try to do. We're going to try to do. At any rate, that is what we are going to...
What?
At any rate, that is what we are...
I heard a generate, and a generator...
We're going to try to do. That is what we are going to try to do. At any rate, that is what we are going...
A generator...
going to try to do. That is what we are going to try.
I had like Rodrigo try to do. Oh, okay. So he says like try instead of try. Try to do. I have native English speaking friends that understand less. Do they happen to be Scottish?
Try to do.
Try to do.
That is the result of His Majesty.
I love this transcription.
That is the result of His Majesty. That is the result of...
Imagine if this is like a language test. I mean, I said in my Welsh exam video that the speakers in the listening test spoke really, really fast, but they also spoke really clearly. Imagine if this were on the test, on a test. That would be mad. IELTS listening and it's all Churchill. How would he say his own name? Churchill. Parts of it just sounds like he's saying his name.
At any rate, that is what we are going to try.
Like Churchill could part of that could be Churchill, and that would make him a Pokemon.
Try to do.
Try to do.
That is the result of his
I can't. It's too much.
That is the result
Then
of His Majesty's government.
government.
When Napoleon led Boulogne
When Napoleon led
for a year,
one for a
with
year,
his flat bottom boat
the that bottom book,
and his grand army,
his grand army. That's not bad. That's not bad. You need to watch the West Country accent scene from Hot Fuzz. Wait, at any rate, he said at any rate.
At any rate, that
Oh yeah, I can hear it now. I can hear it now.
is what we're
I originally heard a generate. I was expecting a generation, but like I heard a generate.
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
What?
At any rate,
At any rate,
that is what we're going to try
that is what I'm going to try to do. Is that what
to do. That is
I think I got like 20% of that. Try to do during A levels, a French listening test. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean I think the Welsh exam that I did was also pretty bad, but it was pretty clear, just extremely fast. I hear it now. You mean you hear what he's saying?
the result of His Majesty's government. At any rate, that is what we're
At any rate, that's what we're going to
try to do.
try to do. Anyway, happy? The West Country accent scene from Hot Fuzz. What? Oh, wait, hold on. Is this gonna... No. Is this gonna get me, like, copyrighted or something? A little bit is fine, right? A little bit is fine. Probably.
It's not the dog we need.
I can see the view tomorrow. What's he mumbo?
Amazing. Okay, that's all I'm gonna play because I'm scared. I'm scared of the detection. The teacher then realized I need to do a whole lesson on French accents and regional variations. But it's not just about like regional variations, right? That guy's own idiolect. It's his own accent. Only he talks like that. That is the resolve of His Majesty's government. Did you actually hear them say that, or did you look it up somewhere? Because I refuse to believe you heard it.
The result of His Majesty's that is the result
That is the resolve
of His Majesty's government.
His Majesty's government. Why does Majesty sound like matrogen or something?
That is the result. That is the result
That is okay. Then is the resolve
of His Majesty's
of His
government.
Majesty's government. No, definitely. The guy that played him in Nye didn't sound like that. Thank God. I would not have been able to understand anything. Even though, to be fair, I had like subtitle glasses on, like Subtitle you can get them for free. Actually, it is for anyone who thinks they need it. It's like you don't have to actually have a disability to ask for them. You just ask for them if you want. So you put them on and then you see subtitles like in midair. And I got those just in case. Because of my glasses, it was really hard to read them anyway. So I would look like that, look down or look up when I wanted to understand what was being said. There were situations that were a bit harder. Obviously, everyone had Welsh accents, but it's just about it is easy if I can see it, like, because it helps processing the audio information. Churchill and the Crown was also way more understandable in Churchillian. You want those? Yeah, you can get those. We went to the I think South Bank. Is that South Bank? No, National Theatre. National Theatre is the name of the building, right? Yeah, National Theatre, one of the halls. And we booked a ticket. It was pretty expensive, but you could just take a box and ask for that for free. You got them for free. Yeah, those glasses. No, I didn't. Like, I didn't take them home. I just got them for the show. I got this extra accessibility service. It's not. I don't own them, but you could. Oh, Michelle, are you thinking the glasses that like generate subtitles when you hear something? No, definitely not talking about that. So what they do is so it is, because it's a play, right? So they have a script somewhere unless it's improvised. I actually asked them how it works. So instead of having someone press through the lines in the script, it does have a system somewhere. I'm not sure in the glasses or like in the server. I assume it's a server somewhere that detects what the actors are saying, and then matches that to the script, and then shows you each line of subtitle automatically. So there are actually lots of times where it's not accurate. It can't follow. For example, if the accents are not able to be recognized by understood by the software, or if they improvise something, then the subtitles are completely they messed up. But otherwise, it's helpful when just once in a while you can't get something. For example, if your English is not very good, because the guy told me, "Oh, don't worry. I mean, your English is more than fine. You understand what they're saying. The accents are not that bad." And I was like, I just want it just in case. I struggle with like audio processing, so this makes it like easier just a little bit. Sometimes I hear all the sounds and I don't hear what they're actually saying. Yeah, it's got a live HUD. Yeah, but it's really cool. You look into it and there's like it's like a HUD. It's like a green text floating in space because of the way there's like little prisms and mirrors in there probably. So it looks like they're floating between you and in the stage. You would have assumed it was manual, like teleprompter. Yeah, I thought it was manual as well, but no, it wasn't. Someone told me. Those must be expensive. Yeah, it is an accessibility feature that you can get at the National Theatre without having to pay for it. You just ask for it. I wonder if you can take the citizenship test in Churchillian. No, because it is not a spoken test. Or imagine if they asked you the same questions, but phrase them as if they were like a Churchill quote. I feel like that's something that we could use AI for. That's a time and place for using generative AI for like silly things like this. You could totally ask, "Oh, can you rephrase all these questions as if they were part of a Churchill speech?" In Prague's operas, they give everyone a screen in front of the seat that shows subtitles in Czech and maybe a language of choice. Yeah, surtitles. So in some operas, you get them in like entertainment system on a plane, so like in front of you on the seat, or some of them have like giant subtitle screens like on top of the stage or like on the sides. I guess it doesn't work for European languages. In Hong Kong, you sometimes see them on the sides because you can like write Chinese vertically. So that works. Yeah, I think I'm more used to the stuff that's like, because it's surtitle because it's on top of the stage, right, as opposed to like on the bottom. So I like having those. Hong Kong people love having subtitles everywhere, so I guess that's part of why, because nobody ever complains about seeing subtitles, so they just put them there for everyone to see. Whereas I don't know, in the Anglophone world, people would be like, "All right, the subtitles getting in the way or like distracting or whatever," so they can't have it for everyone. But yeah, obviously the Hong Kong way is better. Just put subtitles on all the time, please. It is also more accessible for everyone. Shout out to my APD. Yay! My APD girlies. There we go. Finally, we got someone in the chat. Anyone else? We're happy to not commiserate, but like, so what verb would used to be with like solidarity? I think that was a thing that has happened before, where when in German you have solidarisch, that the adjective, so like having a feeling of solidarity, whereas in English that doesn't exist. You can't have an adjective from solidarity, solidaric or no. But in German you have solidarisch. Tibbetts and Nye with his dad got me choked up. Yeah, I know. I want to see it again. I want to see it online. I haven't. I could probably subscribe or something. I don't like having to subscribe to things. You're slightly lagging. There's a Wi-Fi issue on my end. What with the vertical one on the side? Paratitle? No idea. But I guess the surtitle thing doesn't necessarily mean it's on top as well, because I'm not quite sure. Like when I first learned about the word surtitle, it felt natural that it was on top. But sometimes I see, like, for example, let's say someone's on the stage and then there's like a little machine on the floor of the stage, shows subtitles, shows transcriptions, and that's also called subtitles, I think. So it's not about being on top per se, but like in front. Maybe that means in front. But subtitles is not behind. Subtitles is just on the screen. So it's a convention. It's not literal. Stand in solidarity. Yeah, cool. That sounds too drastic though. It feels like a world-changing event. Oh, we're standing in solidarity with the protesters or whatever. One of the ones at the Opera House are actually on a stand in front of the in front of your specific seat. Oh, wait, a stand? What? I've also seen the ones from like deaf influencers in America where they give you like a big machine that attaches to like the what do you call that? Armrest? Yeah, armrest. In like a cinema, they attach to the armrest and then you can see subtitles here. Still a bad solution. You know, hot take, I feel like subtitles should be everywhere all the time. Hot take, you know, I would love to export that culture to the world. By the way, Chad, do you know that I've done a talk about subtitles in Hong Kong? If you don't know, I think it's a very good talk. You can go to my playlist on this channel. I've linked it in my playlists. It is a talk for the Polyglot Gathering online, and that was the first time I've done a talk at the Polyglot events. Or Polyglot Gathering anyway, because I'd done the Edinburgh one before that, yeah. I think it's a very good talk. It's very comprehensive and informative. Solidary? Solid. Maybe just solid. I'm solid. Oh, that guy's solid. There's a screen in front of every seat. So like an airplane. When the boomers die off, we'll all have subtitles everywhere. Don't speak too soon. That's too optimistic. But hopefully. Because that's what they say, right? Because the Gen Zs, or Zs, I guess, they love to watch Netflix with subtitles on all the time. Because of sound mixing, also because I guess they're distracted or something. That's what the news reports say. But either way, the outcome is maybe we can normalize putting subtitles on, and hopefully we'll have them everywhere. I feel like with AI these days, AI speech to text should be so much better. Deaf people should be having huge quality of live. I think probably because the ones on YouTube are decent. Like even Cantonese on YouTube has transcriptions now. Like they can that. Sometimes I feel like that might take away some of the value of our podcast's Patreon, because I spend a lot of time writing the transcripts for our podcast episodes, but at the same time, it's not good. But at least it exists. So like, if you watch stuff in Cantonese on YouTube, you can get automatic subtitles. It's just really meh. It exists. It'll get better, but it's like eh. There should be subtitles where they need it as a standard, not as a special treatment or extra, but because of benefit. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that should be default. Literacy in children is declining. That would help as well. Yeah, because people don't. I don't know. Like we just read all the time. Like even when we're watching YouTube videos, watching television, watching movies. And also I'm basically covering parts of that talk. So go to that talk after you watch this. But basically, so quite often the subtitles on television would be in standard written Chinese. So it's really good training for you to like do the translation between Cantonese and like standard written Chinese. It's like you're thinking in two languages at once. And people just do that automatically. What do you use to translate the browser? I just use the browser function, and it's not amazing. It's okay. As I said, there's problems, but I'm on my browser is Vivaldi now. Many reasons for that, but I kind of enjoy it. I like Vivaldi. I like that it's called Vivaldi. But the point is, it apparently uses obsługiwane przez Lingvanex na serwerach Vivaldi. So it's their own service using this service called Lingvanex, if you know that. I don't know what that is. I don't know how good it is. It's not Google, that's what I know. We've always had subtitles because my grandpa was deaf. See? That's good training and also good access. Lots of things originally intended for accessibility for disabled people become beneficial. I know. Because accessibility is accessibility. I feel like we've talked about this before on stream. We've talked about accessibility, but yeah, accessibility is accessibility. It makes life easier for everyone. I think the one YouTube uses is whatever is cheapest. They're doing en masse. I'm sure there's better ones. Like, for example, for the podcast, the way I do it is I use OpenAI Whisper. A certain version, like something derived from OpenAI Whisper, to transcribe my podcasts into Cantonese, because Whisper doesn't do Cantonese. It does Cantonese, but it transcribes it into standard written Chinese, so it includes translation. Whereas this derivative one, it writes Cantonese, and then I have to do a lot of like proofreading and changing, adding. It's very imperfect, so I still have to spend hours doing that, but it helps a lot. So that one is definitely miles ahead of what YouTube has. But I think they could improve it very quickly, because I mean Google Translate has Cantonese now as well, and they're investing lots of money into the
P0BLWC Guider Profid thumbs up.
I don't even know what word was pronounced as what, but diolch yn fawr poblwch, bydd e'n trio fy ngorau. Diolch yn fawr. What was I saying? So yeah, with the amount of money that they're putting into machine learning / AI, I hope that at least part of that will go into things like transcription rather than just chatbots, so everyone actually gets to benefit from it. Do I study at Delft? No, I don't. Why does everyone think I live in the Netherlands? You try the translation plugins on Netflix. I'm so sussed by some of these AI tools. Language Reactor, I think that's okay. I think it probably uses Google Translate or something. I haven't used these Netflix extensions for a while. I should be watching more TV as language learning, but partly because I've been focused on Welsh for a while, so it's mostly on Ysbrydolec, and I don't get to use these extensions with that. And I can already understand Welsh pretty well. Don't want spyware on my PC. Access should be standard. I'm sure you have a rant to go on up with. We can do that. Let's get some drinks, and then you can go on the rant. Why would anyone else speak Dutch if you don't study in Delft? Specifically Delft. Delft is I don't know anything about Delft. I was there for like 2 hours. Met with Kali, my Welsh friend. as I said in the comments, a very internationally useful language. Go to any country and then meet the Welsh people there. Yeah, we hung out, walked around a little bit, and then I didn't go into the Vermeer Museum because it was closing, and then I went to Leiden. It was a very packed schedule. I went to like everywhere on the route from Amsterdam to The Hague that day. So Leiden, Delft? No, Delft, Leiden? Shit, I don't remember. Oh, Leiden on another day. But Delft, The Hague, and I filmed the Scheveningen video there as well. We went to the Uyghur restaurant. That was a very packed trip. It's crazy how much I did. Spoken Gaelic in the wild, more out with the UK. Makes sense. Where else have I? I mean, obviously I've spoken most Welsh at the Eisteddfod, but other than that, it's mainly hanging out with my friend here in Manchester. So same deal. Not in Wales. Where else? I've spoken it in Poland at the Polyglot Gatherings, or all the Polyglot Gatherings really, because I know all the Welsh speakers at the gathering now. Again, probably won't be able to do it unless you chip in, help out, donate to the cause to help me pay for this priority access, so priority processing, so that I can get my settlement and go to the Polyglot Gathering. Hopefully, but I honestly don't have much for it. Remember, BSL got rejected. I know, it's I could do that for my level 3 presentation. Wait, it went straight to using AI for BSL. What the actual fuck? No, you're kidding me. What? Send me something. I didn't know that happened. That is crazy. I hate that so much. I could do a presentation on that. I could do a video on that. So for those who are not in the know, I'm studying level 3 in BSL, British Sign Language now. Part of the exam is to do a presentation which involves some sort of research. And I thought about using some of my ideas for YouTube videos in my presentation, or vice versa. I could do a presentation about the BSL GCSE and then make a YouTube video about it. Maybe. Especially when a particular issue pisses me off, I will have lots of I have extra motivation to make videos about it. And you've seen like some videos where I just go on a rant, or like something just really ticks me off, and then like, oh, I'm gonna make a video about it, I'm gonna do lots of research just to spite someone. I wonder how many Welsh speakers are outside of Wales. I'm sure there's plenty. I mean, there's lots of in England, for example. 100,000? Because deaf still face discrimination when they apply for jobs. No, definitely harder for AI to replicate. Hallöle aus Süddeutschland. Schon wieder. Gut, dich zu sehen. I'm honestly so heartbroken. Yeah. It is annoying when the whole, like, they were promised that, like, the government said, oh yeah, let's get the ball rolling, let's make a GCSE in BSL, and then the boards were like, nope, can't do that, sorry, difficult. I didn't know until that point that they have like different private exam boards. That's crazy. Why would you have a private exam board for your public exams? Why is it not under the government? Same way you use it with spoken language, lots of data. Yeah, I've seen some services doing AI for like sign language. I don't know how good it can get. Some aspects of sign language cannot be like directly interpreted as just meaning, because there's parts of it that's like acting. England doesn't even have a BSL Act. Really? How are you, Georgiana? Good to see you again. It sounds like I'm doing another Churchill impression. Georgiana. Sorry. We were doing that earlier. Probably you were not around when we did that. Signaps does machine translation. Should I? Okay, you know what? I'll finish this test and then we'll look at that. We'll take a look at that. I'm just going to check my WhatsApp and see if... Okay, nothing. Okay, well, let's finish this and then we'll go on the tangents. There's too much tangents. Where is Eddie? Comedy. 60 seconds silence on the Remembrance Day. I think it's 2 minutes. Is it 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Do we win it? The European Commission on Human Rights is is implemented, like it was incorporated into the UK law. Yes, I think. Yeah, 1998. What should new citizens do as part of their citizenship ceremony? Let's see. What should we do in our citizenship ceremony? Take pictures, sign passports and certificates, swear an oath, and give a speech. I would love to give a speech, to be honest. Like, after all this I've been through, I'd love to give a speech at my ceremony, but no, it's just give an oath. One of the Boudica, one of the tribal leaders that fought against the Romans was this person, the queen of the Iceni, right? Iceni. I absolutely loathe this pronunciation. There's 5 letters, and only one of the letters is pronounced in an intuitive way. What is it known as? Oh, that's a confusing question. Like, yeah, apparently it's saying that Iceni is now known as east of England. But it's confusing because, like, this is a tribe, right? It's a tribe. Why are the tribe now known as an area? That doesn't make sense to me. It's... What? So, yeah. So anyone on the electoral register between this age could be called to serve on a jury. I think it is 18 to 70, not 75. I'm a bit scared. I might be wrong. Oh, I am wrong. Wait, what? Oh! Oh shit! Oh shit! You know, so apparently before 2016, you could not serve on a jury after you're 70, but after 2016, it was raised to 75. But that means that, because I've done quite some practice questions that are out of date. And so those practice questions are wrong. So I need to remember this. This has been updated. It is now 75. The channels are self-governing. Channel islands are self-governing? Yes. It is illegal for any person under 18 to buy a lottery ticket. Yes. England's as a Wales. Whoa, the order is different. What? England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. No, sorry, no. Wales, England, Scotland, Northern Ireland. The translation put Wales first. That's so funny. Okay. They have their own national saints. Yeah, they are patron saints. Yes, they have their own saints. The Commonwealth can suspend any of the. That's also in my short video that I've just posted. Can suspend any of the members. Yes. The proms is an 8-week long season of what? Classical music. Orchestral music. Who built the Tower of London? William the Conqueror. Are we done? Who established the Church of England? Henry VIII. Bam. Okay, I passed. Okay, let's chat. we're done with that. We're done for now. What did I miss? It's kind of gross how many things are operated by private companies on behalf of something that's meant to be done by government. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I've experienced that. It's literally the same thing. Exam board. I'm currently working with sounds like we're collaborating, but like I'm dealing with a private company that does exams and like education things on behalf of the government. That should not be a thing. Scotland does though, yeah. Film a vlog. Film my. Esme, you say I should film my ceremony. I will definitely 100% film my ceremony and vlog it. 110% I will do that. But I will. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in Welsh. Yeah. I don't know. We have a year to figure that out. We'll see what happens over the next year. Yeah, it will be quite a culmination of lots of stuff that I've done on this channel before, because I have a whole playlist related to citizenship at this point. I said earlier today, if anyone has turned citizenship into content, that is me. And also Evan Edgar, I guess. He's done the same thing, but without the language part. I saw a lot of social media for some new companies looking to cash in making AI BSL translation services, but all of them found developing without deaf community. Are we surprised? I mean, with the state of the tech bros, with the way they do things, with of course they don't understand culture. What they all they understand is the money, right? Bodega coded. Anyone can explain what? Okay. Thanks for the explanation. There's a whole video about it. Yes, definitely SG700. Come to my channel. I have a whole playlist about this stuff that I'm doing. It is very exciting. I've been on the radio. I've been in the newspapers. I've fought against a company just to do this. So welcome to my world. Cymru always first. I think Rodolfo did the old thing. Yeah, I'm sure he did, because he So for context, that's the first guy who did this test in Welsh. I'm just walking in his footsteps. But the difference is he actually lives in Wales and I don't. It's not that I don't want to, it's just circumstances, right? I'm still studying here and I don't have an opportunity to move anywhere. So in Wales, you can take the oath in Welsh, but I won't say an old pop sworn. So according to all I can read and see, you can't do that outside of Wales. So that's kind of annoying. Yeah, we'll see about that, but I'm sure he did. He's moved to London though, by the way. He's now branding himself as a Cymro in London, which fair enough. But it was kind of it's a classic thing. Even the guy, the immigrant who was so supportive of Welsh culture, even he had to move to London for a better prospect. It's just the state of things. If we think of the same person, I think he didn't. Wait, no, he didn't? Did he not? I thought he did. He could have. He definitely could have. He did it in Cardiff, didn't he? I'm sure. Did he not do that? Because he did the test in Welsh. That's for sure. That's what did indeed happen. Have you come across the Welsh missionary hymn? No, tell me about it. What is it? I mean, let's see. Did he did the test? Oh, yep, here you go. That's the ceremony. He did crowdfund his citizenship. I try not to do that because I don't want to ask too much. It's just that currently it's really annoying that I have to go through all of this. But they do rip you off. Like this country, they have, because nobody will work to lower the costs, right? Nobody. Why would anyone want to lower that when the only people affected are people who are not citizens yet? So supposedly, people affected by the high application costs don't have the power to vote, except us. We do. Let's see.
Ond dwi wedi bod yn trio ffeindio ffyrdd I ddatgan rhyw ddinasyddiaeth Gymreig. Enghraifft dwi newydd cymryd llwg.
No, he did.
Tengarwch yn Gymraig.
He did do it in Welsh, yeah.
Roddaf fy nhengarwch i'r Deyrnas Unedig, ac fe barchaf ei hawliau a'i rydydau, ar adelaf ei gwerthoedd democrataidd. Glynaf yn ffyddlon wrth ei hyfreithiaeth a hyflawnaf fy nyryswyddau am rhywmedigaethau fel dynesydd Prydeinig.
Very cool. That's cool. I don't know. Many people have done that. I know people who have tried to do that, but I don't know many people who have done that. That's cool. I want to do that, but I don't think it's happening. Need to go soon. I'm gonna finish as well. I think it's been a while. Let's see. Let's wrap this up. Draw and China a thyroid. What? His plugin is broken. I found an old version and fixed it for personal use, but I don't think I publish it anywhere. It's in. Oh yeah, he hasn't worked on his stuff for a while. I mean, he had this channel. He was explaining Welsh things, but sadly, I don't think he's worked on this kind of stuff for a while. So I guess that's where I came in. I continued doing similar things about the citizenship, and I don't like to do language specific explainers because I feel like I can leave that to actual teachers. I think my channel is more about multilingual life, language issues, and occasionally language learning as well. So I don't make a video where I explain how do mutations work. I think there are better platforms for that. Unless I get to go full time and then do this as a new channel or something. But I don't think that's happening because it's so niche. I stand corrected. The next line opens up a can of worms. Whoa. When you said the first line, I already saw where this was going. You have plenty of time to try and get it arranged. I'm sure there's some Plaid Company candidate and OMS willing to make a fuss about that for you. But that's the thing, because I mean, for example, with the citizenship test, it's very clear that I have to do it in Cardiff in order to do it in Welsh, and if I want to do it in Gaelic, I have to do it in Glasgow. And to be fair, I do think that's a very fair requirement because Welsh is an official language in Wales, not in like the all of the UK. So I am happy to accommodate, and that's why I'm going to Cardiff in like a couple of days. But when it comes to citizenship ceremonies, it is about like my connection to my council, my local area. So I said last time, in theory, I could request a transfer to some other council, which I'm not ruling out. I might still do that, but I have a convincing reason to do it. Like I don't have that connection to any other council in the UK, so I don't think I have a convincing reason to actually transfer my ceremony. So yeah. So in England, you can only do it in English. Until the S4C series. What? Wait, what? What series? Did he do a series? Or like, are you trying to imply you're trying to get me on? Oh yeah, I was gonna call that producer, but then I don't think he's very he has the time, so we're gonna schedule that for another weekend. Anyway, so that I think that will be it for today. Again. Next Friday, remember, put it down in your diary. Next Friday is my test day, and I've already scheduled a live stream. I know it may have been a bit confusing. I saw someone confused in the chat or comments because for once I scheduled it like a week ahead of time. But I've scheduled the stream for next Friday afternoon. I think it's gonna be around 1:30. Haven't decided on the exact timing yet, but like put it in your diary. It's gonna be an IRL stream. I'm gonna go to Cardiff, talk about these things, have some Welsh food apparently, and do my test. And afterwards we can talk about it, how it went. So I really look forward to seeing you all there. Yeah, thank you for all the support. Maybe you shouldn't do it in Welsh then. Do you feel like a Mancunian yet? I do feel like a Mancunian. Like, to be fair, I do feel connected to my area. Like I feel connected to the Welsh language. Like if you ask me, like truthfully, I feel connected to the Welsh language because I use it with my friends. I've done a lot of like I enjoy lots of things in Welsh, like television, books, podcast, radio, and I talk to my friends in Welsh, and I've made lots of connections in Welsh as well. But to Wales, the country, I would say less so because I've done less in the area. Like I haven't lived there, I haven't worked there, so yeah. Completely honestly, I don't have as strong a connection with Wales than I do with as I do with Welsh. So that's just how I feel. I'm a YouTube channel about language until the S4C series. Oh, wait, what? I guess you mean a thing I did for S4C on YouTube. That was also, I guess, yeah, that was not just about language. I mean, I branch out a little bit. Like, I try to have a language lens on things. I mean, I've got things coming up that I'll sort of branch out a little bit from just about language. There's things about the UK, for example, but we'll see. Okay, sorry, I went on another tangent. You know how the Welsh are, if you know we exist, we love you. Wait, that's a very low bar for loving someone. Like, just know you exist. I know you exist. People know you exist. I guess lots of people don't think about you a lot in England. That's true. It's a classic thing, like just completely ignored. Well, yeah. I for now, I'll fight for the language, and then we'll see where we go from here. Until you get one, we'll see. Hopefully, I'm hopeful. I do hope that I can continue working in media because I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. Surprisingly, like I used to hate like public speaking, that kind of stuff, but after doing YouTube podcasts, and I've been on the S4C doing a program, I enjoy it. So we'll see. I'll see you next Friday, chat. Thanks for the support again. Thanks for joining me.